Hello and welcome back to Dial H for Heroclix. I'm your host, Kalder and Ian. This episode is going to be our Masters of Time set review. I'm very excited to go ahead and get started. This is episode 532. Howdy, let's get rowdy.
So if you're looking for emotional satisfaction, my advice to you is seek professional
Heroclix,
help.
I'm here to take back my you may try, but you know how we set things here. Instant deadpan humor.
Over 6 people think I am funny.
I'm your captain.
That was just you in a costume.
You absolute fools.
Simi to be on that. That's cool because it's expensive. I'm gonna make Heroclix like that forever. Are you kidding?
Wow. Dial H for Heroclix is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock every day, including all the latest Heroclix singles and sealed products. Make sure you check them out at CoolStuffInc.com. Use code DIAL5, DIAL5, for 5% off your Cool Stuff Inc. order. And if you want to buy Heroclix straight from the source, maybe get some of those online exclusives, you can go to shop.whizkids.com and use code DIALH10 for 10% off your order there. Doesn't work with certain pre-orders, iconics, or specialty promotions, but go ahead and check them out. Joining me, like always, in the studio is Ian Eggleston. What's going on, Ian?
Oh, it's Batman time.
It's I mean, it is.
That's what's up. It's Batman time.
It's roughly, 9? 10 Batman's times?
So many Batman times.
So many.
You have no idea.
So many. It's an absolutely ridiculous amount. Well, do you want to do a little let's get happy, or let's just get right into it?
I think we just need to get
Let's just jump right into it. Ian, you better just start us off. 001, Masters of Time.
I'm happy to.
Batman.
Yeah, this is, I think, a great 001 for a set. I think it's a good representation of just classic Batman. Comes in at 60 points, has the return of Bruce Wayne trait, which will be recurring in the set here. And that is at the beginning of your turn, you may choose one, replace Batman with another character on this trait on the same click number, or heal Batman one click. And then they all have different effects based on when you switch them out, which is a lot of fun. So this one has Utility Belt Through Time, which is Empower. Free, if Batman didn't begin the turn on the map, adjacent friendly characters modify attack +1 until your next turn. So that's very cool. So if he is shifting in, you not only get the +1 damage, but a +1 attack, which is a nice buff. On top of that, the dial is just pretty nice. A Charge, Super Sense, Quake, Exploit is very dangerous. And then mid-dial, you're looking at some Flurry, Outwit with Precision. He's also got great keywords with Batman Family, Gotham City, Justice League, Outsiders, Detectives, Martial Artist, and Past. So I really like this Batman. I think it's a really solid 0-1, and then when we kind of get through the set, you'll see the different capabilities that he'll have in both Pulp and Modern. So, I mean, yeah, these are like the things I'm most excited about. So.
Yeah.
It's no surprise. This is, I think, a great way to start the set, and yeah, just a really good number one, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like a lot of the set 001s are supposed to kind of encapsulate the vibe of the set, or at the very least, certainly like the Kerr. I think he does a good job of that. And, you know, you always kind of choose like a flagship character, the like Wolverine, the
Mr. Spider-Man,
Superman, you know, stuff like that. Like, who's like the number one? It's like, oh, it's Batman. Next up, the Velociraptor. So, I don't know. I love all the dinosaurs. I like the generic Velociraptor. The real name is hilarious, where it's the Velociraptor monolegoninus, or whatever the Latin something or other for Velociraptor is. The trait is just clever. ... You know, insert the exact movie you think it is there. But it's a unique modifier where friendly characters, the animal keyword, making close attacks, modify attack +1 for each other friendly character with the animal keyword adjacent to the target. 40 points for 3 clicks is a little scary, but I really like the Velociraptor. It's cool. We have a generic Velociraptor now in Heroclix. It's a Charge Blades piece, nothing crazy to go into. I'm just happy that it exists, and it's got a cute little ability, because I think Velociraptors hunt in packs, I think. Yeah, the sculpt is huge. The sculpt is really big.
Yeah.
You know, so for all of you dinosaur nerds out there that are like, well, Velociraptors are actually covered in feathers and tiny. It's like, no,
they're solid red and big.
They're giant and they're
everyone knows that.
Exactly.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, it's a fun Charge Blade piece, and I'm just happy that it exists.
Animal Duke Thomas for the people who played
basically.
Back in next up, Dead Man. Coming in with Mystics TA, some Justice League Dark, which is another really cool recurring
I think it's
theme
interesting
in
they
the
brought
set.
that back. That was like, that keyword was dead for a really long
You
time.
want to hear
Was
dead
it not?
keywords? How about Sentinels of Magic?
Why is that?
How about Seven Soldiers? Mystical.
No
this guy's
kidding.
got some
Sentinels
dead
of
man
Magic.
keywords.
Harley Quinn and the Gotham Girls. Last time it was used. Seven Soldiers.
Yeah.
I guess JLU. Jeez. Yeah.
Dead man
Yikes.
keywords. But he also has Your Body Is Now Mine, which is mind control sidestep. When Dead Man uses mind control, after resolutions he may be placed adjacent to a hit character, and that's protected outwit. He also has improved movement, elevated blocking, and characters. Really solid values. Precision strike, some super senses, shape change. I actually played this figure when we did our little battle royales. I really enjoyed him. I thought he's fun. Dead Man's always been a character that I think is cool, that I don't really know anything about, but I've just kind of looked at and been like, no, I like him. I get down with him.
This is a really neat, just like simple version of the character. I think encapsulates what he does. It's kind of fun.
Get a little mind control in, move around a bit. I wish he had higher movement, because 4 is just like...
Yeah, I guess he's just kind of meant to sidestep around. I don't know. I would like to see the movements going down across the board. With the maps being so small, I thought movements would start taking a hit more than they actually have. We're still seeing a lot of like 8, 9, 10 hypersonic speed pieces and stuff.
Oh yeah,
there's
a lot of people crossing the map.
So yeah,
Dead Man is not one of
I
those
don't mind.
people.
I don't mind some slower speeds. Wow, Animal Man. There's just so much to touch on here. There's so much to go off of. Where do I start? No, he's actually just like a really good stat monster. So if you're like an Animal Man fan, he's got kind of a cult following, I think, in the DC fan base. He's like a dude that has animal powers. So he's honestly kind of nuts in sealed. He is like a 12-5, so an 11-4 close combat expert with super strength. So he is kind of nuts. I think this would be like one of my top Kerr battle royale picks. I think Animal Man, for those going into Worlds wanting to like play a bunch of battle royales, I think Animal Man is like,
he'll score
it's just an
you some
insane,
points
just
for
an
sure.
insanely like low cost piece. And then I don't think there's a ton of like running shot Pensai in this set, at least not a ton of it that I can remember. And we'll figure it out here as we go through the set list. But like, yeah, an 18 impervious. He just has like heavy reducers. He has like flurry down dial. Just like a really solid, once again, like no abilities, nothing whatsoever. So playing with Iceman from the last set, and he's got like a +1 attack, so now he's at 13, which is really cool. But I just like Animal Man. He's cool. He's solid. He also has Mystics.
Mystical, Animal, Cosmic, Scientist, Justice League, all great keywords to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically, I think the worst keyword there is Justice League, which is really funny. But yeah, like Animal Man's really solid. He's just a very basic, no abilities, no traits, kind of stat monster, good powers piece.
Mm-hmm. Next on the list, Detective Chimp, who is also a Mystics team ability character. Justice League Dark, Shadow Pact, Animal, Detective, Mystical. He's got one special, which is I'm just an immortal crime-solving primate. He's got a damage special of Perplex Outwit. His dial is also just very simple. Just some stealth at the top end and then leap climb. Defense doesn't change. Super senses and then the special down the dial. So, another utility piece. Probably one that you'd like to see in sealed. I think it's nice to have Perplex and Outwit most of the time. Outside of that, yeah, you probably won't see him a ton. But that's totally fine.
Probably not.
Detective Chimp, it's always a fun one to have back. But yeah, not a lot to touch on here either.
I mean, he hasn't been made in like 15 years.
DC 75th.
A long. It's been forever. So it's good to have him back. Mr. Mind, we'll talk about the normal one, and then I'll kind of go over the team-up card a little bit
this
here.
This figure's sick.
I just love him. So just the fact that he has got an 8-range double target, he ignores characters and can shoot out of adjacency. He's 30 points, he's tiny, full dial, mind control, super senses, then he goes outwit, prob, perplex. Same thing, just 4, 11, 17, 1. Such a simple piece, a great little mind control piece, very cutesy. Little Mr. Mind here, where he's just like a very cartoony little caterpillar. The biggest thing is the new Time Stealers keyword, and let's talk about his team up really quick so you kind of get an idea here. So the normal one, no traits, no special abilities, just an insanely good, 8-range, 30-point double target mind control that sees through characters, which is just so solid. The team up is going to give him, when Mr. Mind starts the game, if he's part of a Time Stealers theme team, choose an opposing character. When Mr. Mind uses a displayed standard power, he can target the chosen character regardless of line of fire, which is insane. So now his 8 square mind control or outwit or prob or perplex, whatever, is just ignores completely everything on that one opposing character. So put a little token on them to, make sure you know who it is. But I also love that it's called Worm in Your Ear, like he's all up in that dude's cranium. That's hilarious. So I like Mr. Mind. It's just like a really simple, effective, like common piece. Again, no combat, no special powers or abilities. He's just fun.
Yeah, he's really solid.
I just really dig him.
Is nothing.
And also another character we haven't gotten in like 10 plus years,
it's
which is cool.
Minute. Yeah, the old Origin sculpted Mr. Mind where he's like in the tube. I always
that is really cool
when I was growing
up. That
up.
is sick.
Next up, probably one of the most impactful things in the entire set, the trick arrows. We've seen how dangerous they have been in the game with what we saw from next phase. And these trick arrows are also no slouches. There are 7 new ones. The boxing glove being choose a hit character after resolutions, knock the hit character back 6 squares, and increase any knockback damage they would be dealt by 1. So just another way to do additional damage, which is always nice. The fountain pen, which this one's pretty crazy. Choose a hit character, and until your next turn, lines of fire drawn to that character by friendly characters can't be blocked.
Dang.
So you can have like a situational Mern in this way, where it's like, I'm going to shoot you with everything. I don't care where you're at. That's situationally very, very strong, especially if you build around it. Hypnotic, another one that may potentially need an errata here, as it does allow you to essentially mind control friendly characters, if I'm not mistaken, which is on reveal, instead of normal damage, choose a hit character or a character adjacent to a hit character. Not opposing, just a character adjacent to a hit character. After that character halves speed and becomes friendly to your force, and one at a time may in either order move and attack, or make an attack, then it reverts forces. So
yeah, I do see that. If you have a friendly character next to a hit opposing character,
you make your own people double tap. So if I have somebody charge in, punch you, then I shoot you, hypnotic arrow, mind control. Will hypnotic arrow my own person. Now they're attacking again. That's something that I don't think is intended, but if it's left that way, that makes the arrow even more useful. It's another thing to build around, so something to consider there. Stun, which is choose a hit character. That character can't use speed or attack powers until your next turn. This would probably be the putty arrow.
Not crazy, yeah. Getting rid of somebody's speed and attack powers after you've hit them is not really phenomenal.
When your options are deal more damage or strip them of attack and speed powers, chances are you're never stacking.
It's a cool thing to have in your quiver, I guess, but yeah.
Maybe against something like, maybe against a one-man army this is more useful, but going off these next two, probably
I can finally stop sign Kong.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
The Phantom Zone one, which this is my personal favorite.
I hate
this.
Is
hilarious.
I hate this.
The time platform was one of the funniest things they've ever made
Time
in
platform
the game.
scarred me for life, and now it's back.
Yeah, I have video of it scarring you too.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. On reveal, choose a hit character. After resolutions, place the chosen character in their starting area. I think that's
my
so
soul.
goofy.
Hurts my soul so much.
I love it. So, yeah, this is an arrow I'll definitely be playing. And then I would maybe wager that this is the strongest thing in like the entire set. The Nth Metal arrow, which is choose a hit character. Until your next turn, the chosen character can't use team abilities or stop. So I'm shutting off your power cosmic. I'm saying you can't use stop clicks. I mean, does it get any nastier? Like just saying no stop clicks for 10 or 0 points, depending on if you got it for free, and you don't also have to use it. It's conditional. This arrow is absurd. Like this is it's like borderline too good.
Yeah.
And by borderline I mean it's flat out. Like
It's
I think this
really,
is too
really,
good.
really good.
This locks out like really high point characters from having any shot in the meta.
No, it basically does. Yeah, all those high point people that rely on multiple stop or cosmic energy or anything like that.
Yeah, they're dust now.
Instantly, yeah.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Yeah, you're out of the game. That's why. Like,
gosh.
Anyways, arrows are like 10 out of 10. Like, if you're gonna pick something up from the set, I think these are gonna be a lot of fun.
I also love that
and
they
they'll
are
be very relevant as
the
well.
boxing glove. I think that's like the very much like the most well-known green arrow, and so I think it's really cute they have the boxing glove. I think it's like, I mean, what else were you gonna do to like make them different from the next phase arrows? This is perfect. So I love that little aspect of them too on the sculpt.
Maybe they could have done like the speedy arrows that have like those kind of like yellow like Nerf tips at the end of them, but
okay.
That's not as cool. The boxing glove rocks.
No. Green Arrow, the iconic arrow guy of just comics in general. Booster Gold is our first Time Master that we get in the set. So, very simple running shot, energy explosion piece. Very solid though. He's got enhancement, his whole dial. He's pretty fun, but his Time Master's trait is recurring. We'll see it on a few other people. He has prop control. When Booster Gold uses it and an opposing character misses all targets, after resolutions, remove an action token from a friendly character with a future or past keyword. So, pretty fun, pretty simple. You prop somebody, they miss all their targets, you get to take a token off. You can take it off Booster, he's got future and past, you can take it off another friendly character. Pretty cool, pretty fun. He adds the Time Master's team ability now, and we'll see a few more characters, both of that team ability and this trait. Now, Booster Gold's team-up card is called Future Knowledge.
So cool.
When Booster Gold starts the game, if he's part of a Time Master's theme team, roll 2d6 and place them on this card. If Booster Gold is 70 points, roll 3 instead. When a character in range attacks, you may remove a d6 from this card and replace a die in the attack roll with it. So, just to kind of go over as everything goes, replacements always happen after everything has been probbed and whatnot. So, you'll replace the die in the attack roll, and then boom, it'll hit, it'll miss. Whatever it is, kind of, I guess, luck of the draw for what you roll on your first, 3d6 if you play this guy at 70 points. I think might as well play him at 70 over 40. Kind of depends what your crunch is, but at 40 he has no move and attack. He has, Pulse Wave, Force Blast, which is a good combo, but again, no move and attack. I think I'd rather have the 3 extra clicks of, running shot, toughness.
If I'm committing to
explosion.
the team-up card, 100% 70 points.
Yeah, you don't want to just lose Booster right away and just waste the team-up card.
That would suck. That'd be sad.
So, yeah. It's cool. Booster Gold is just always a fun DC character, and I love getting him. And this one, he kind of has a little wackiness on the team-up card, at least, so it's cool to see.
Yeah. I always dig Booster, too. He's a fun one. Next up, Ginny Hex, who has Young Justice and Marksman, so hey, free trick arrows. She's got the Quick Draw trait, which we'll see across the set as well, which is when Ginny Hex hits a range attack, if it was during your first action this turn, after resolutions, remove an action token from her. So if it is the first thing you're doing on a turn, you're just going to keep going. We saw this a little bit in Deadpool.
They really do need to update this, though, so it's
first
attack or something. Yeah, when they make the first attack, because when it's first action, she can't use this with running shot. Same thing like Shared
No
Deadpool
perplex,
can't use it.
yeah.
No perplexes. So I really hope it's the first attack, or maybe they really want it to be very first action, total quick draw. Yeah, which I suppose is fitting, but it feels it's a little feels bad with. Can't use it with running shot. Yeah. I still like Ginny Hex though. That's just more of a quick
I don't
side on quick draw. She's very fun. I always love the Blades, Claws, Fangs for range attacks. They gave this to the last Jonah Hex in JLU, right? Yeah.
They did.
The idea that you're however many your little 6-round revolver, how many shots hit?
You're getting 6 off.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty simple. Just a running shot enhancement piece with that. Nothing wrong with that. She also does have a team-up card, though, which is pretty fun, which is Team-Up Lost in the Multiverse. If Ginny Hex is part of a Young Justice theme team, once per turn, a friendly character can use Phasing Teleport as free, but only to move up to 4 squares.
Dang. Once per turn? Wow.
Yeah, mobilizing the Young Justice, which I think is another team that I think because of the show just has quite a bit of a cult following.
Oh, yeah. That show rocked.
Another way to get those in the game. I think it's fun when they kind of hint at these smaller teams or maybe lesser made teams and kind of make them more of their own. So
I think so. I mean, Young Justice got a little bit of love last year / earlier this year with their, play kit thing. So I would like to see more Young Justice. She definitely, mobilizes them like crazy. The Prehistoric Warrior, not much to go over here. He's a charge, blades, and power. That is true. Yeah, 5 clicks for 25 points is pretty insane. 5 points a click. Just kind of rules. So yeah, we have a generic, basically caveman character in Heroclix now, which I think is really awesome. He's a charge blades, he's hitting you with his club, and he's got empower for all the other cavemen to go unga bunga together, and the caveman together strong. Kind of fun little aspect here. I like him. I played the Prehistoric Warriors a few times in our BRs that we played a little while ago, / just some mini constructed stuff. So I really like them. I just love the pass keyword, and so these guys are just great 25-point empowers that just don't die. It's so weird. The first game when he got hit and it's he's still alive, and I'm like, he's a stout 25 points. So he rocks. I love the Prehistoric Warrior. I love these generic real life kind of character type things they do, like the Velociraptor, like the Prehistoric Warrior, and I love to see more of that.
League Assassin. This one's crazy.
Female Snake Eyes. Just
Also
all
has
black.
Marksman.
Oh, she does.
So
Oh,
you
wow.
can get a free trigger on this character, but 9 movement, 11 attack, 17 with combat reflexes, and 2 damage RCE, 5 range as well. This is a very mobile piece. 25 points also gets you 4 clicks of life and access to Underworld TA. There's various ways to bring this character in as well. This is a really solid generic. I think the generics in this set are fantastic, and you'll continue to see that over the next few figures here. But yeah, just the fact that this figure has 9 speed across its whole dial, and Deadman gets 4? We're talking about a ghost? And he can't. No, it's fine, but it is just crazy, like, how much
That
movement
is really
this piece
funny.
has. But yeah, another solid generic.
Next up, Easy Company. So this guy has a weird little extra click, which we can kind of get to. But as far as being like a generic soldier goes, soldier's one of my all-time favorite keywords. I love the soldier keyword. He's a sidestep energy explosion, 2 damage, the whole dial. It's all he needs. He's got energy explosion, he got precision strike. He sidesteps up, boom, hits you with the shotgun. I love the Easy Company
The
soldier.
water jug?
Yeah, I guess splashes you with the canteen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely pro. I wish this guy could have a gun. He's got these big ammo belts over his shoulders. But yeah, I wish he could just blast some people with, clearly a shotgun, a rifle. He's a soldier from World War II. Come on. But Formidable Resolve, Easy Company. We're going to see the Formidable Resolve trait on a few different characters here in the World War II kind of theme. When a friendly character, the soldier keyword is KO'd by an opposing effect, you give Easy Company a Formidable Resolve token. Free, remove a Formidable Resolve token to modify Easy Company's combat values by +1 until your next turn. So I really like the, brothers in arms, they fall, they die, whatever. But it's like that just makes you want to push harder, keep going, +1 stats yourself, which is really sick, especially on a 20-point generic where these guys can be dying and now they're avenging their brothers, all that stuff. It's a very cool, fun mechanic, and I really like it. We'll later get to a character where we'll reference the click 5 on Easy Company Soldier, which is a 2-speed sidestep, 11 attack, Pensai, 14 defense with nothing, and 1 damage with nothing, which is a wild click, and when we get to Sergeant Rock, we can delve into that a little deeper.
After that, Black Hawk Pilot, who also sports a formidable resolve Ace Pilot's trait. And so hers is the same way, where she gains the token on the KOs, but hers is free. Remove a Formidable Resolve token. If you do, Black Hawk Pilot and friendly characters they carried this turn can use super senses until your next turn. So she's more of playing the supporting role, and you'll kind of see that in her dial as well. She also has a special damage power, which is enhancement. When Black Hawk Pilot uses it, modify the attacking character's attack +1 if they have the vehicle keyword.
Ooh.
And then she's also just a running shot TK for 30 points. This is just a solid piece.
A running shot 10 for 3 and sealed at 30 points is nothing to put your nose up at. And she flies. Yeah, this is really cool, actually. I really like the support vehicles are getting these last few sets. I think it's really cool.
Sure, all the mechanics out there.
Yeah. Man, also just seeing that it's when anytime a friendly character dies, and then all these traits would trigger, not just one of these traits. So you're going to be handing out so many of these tokens. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, she's really solid.
I like her.
Running shot TK. Can't go wrong with that.
Next up, Time Trapper, Cosmic Energy, and I think this is the first time we're seeing Hyper Time. Maybe we missed it earlier, but yeah, Hyper Time is coming back, which is really cool. They have a special damage power just kind of randomly throughout their dial. First 2 clicks, last 2 clicks, and then on click 6, which is the start of their 50-point line. For the most part, just a full dial of phasing, Pensai, top 2 clicks, Mastermind, a bunch of super senses, some outwit sprinkled in there, but their special damage power is Time Stream is my domain. Probability control, when Time Trapper uses it and a friendly character hits all targets, after resolutions give an action token to each hit target. Very solid. A different kind of flip on the head of the Time, whatever it's called, Time Masters trait that Booster had. So I think it's really cool. Again, only phasing, but at least a double target with Pensai is pretty nice. 100-point piece, 10 clicks of life. Probably going to be just really annoying to try to chew through in a battle royale. So for those going to Worlds, again, also ignores characters for Line of Fire, which is pretty cool. So this is kind of a prov is always
Long
good.
Dial's good.
Yeah. So it's a fun little
not
piece.
Outwitting him either, which is nice.
No, you're not outwitting. And
that gives him willpower,
cosmic energy
too.
to keep going. That actually is really good to keep just double target pen-sieing people. So no move and attack. I think it's ultimately kind of fine because I don't think you're really going to chew through this dial in a turn. I don't think it's going to happen. So you'll always be able to get some use out of it, which is pretty nice. So Time Trapper's cool. For all you Time Trapper fans out there, hope you enjoy it. Don't really know anything about the character, but he's cool enough.
Yeah. It was the first super rare I ever pulled in Justice League.
Oh, there you go.
That's who Time Trapper is to me.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Battle Royale she'll have her uses, or they'll whatever they are.
Yeah.
Next up, Calder's favorite, Superman.
He is not.
Justice League, Kryptonian, Metropolis, Time Masters, Trinity, Future, Past, and Calder's number one favorite. That's a new keyword, isn't it?
Nope, he certainly is not.
He's got the Time
I
Masters
hate this
trait,
guy.
which we've seen before. It's the same deal as we saw on Booster Gold, and we'll see on a few other characters as well. He also has I Can't Let This Happen, Defend Invulnerability for a defense special. Very basic here. He's 85 or 50 points. He also does have the Hyper Time team ability, full dial of charge super strength, and then that special is at both starting lines with a 19 up top and then an 18 on the 50-point line. This is as clear cut as they come. This is
Just
Superman.
pretty basic. I mean, yeah, he's flight, charge, super strength, defend, invuln. Just pretty simple.
No damage.
If you had to,
nothing.
I suppose, if you had to like boil him down to the basics of Superman, this would pretty much be it. No freeze breath here, no laser eyes, just
And then
charge,
he has prop,
punch,
I
fly
suppose.
guy. Yeah, and he's got prop because of the Time Masters thing. So
Yeah.
simple. I mean, I think he's obviously a really solid choice in a battle royale.
Oh, I thought you were about to make a joke.
Oh, I mean,
I'll be honest. I don't know. This Superman is a bit disappointing to me.
They all are.
I wish
they all are. Every Superman's disappointing. The fact that he still gets
He
printed.
did more. I wish there was a little more going on here. I get simplicity. It's fine in like the lower ratings.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, don't even put him in the set. You know what I mean? Like, don't even.
I'm not saying
don't
that.
ever.
I'm saying,
just literally never put Superman in another set ever again.
Would it have been criminal to give him like hypersonic top dial? Could you have given him like 4 range? You could have. Like this dial could just have more flair on it. I guess.
Oh,
like,
I guess so.
I just find it. It's just a little boring, is all.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Because
it's
that
doing the job.
reflects accurately of who the character is, just being completely boring, lame
course.
character that doesn't need to exist. Speaking of a character, I guess Superman adjacently related with a little whatever S on his side pec there, we have Daxamite, another one of the characters that has just 0 special, 0 traits. And I'm okay with that. I really like that.
This is
I
cool.
like when the creativity of the dial kind of goes over a bunch of text and stuff. And I think when they're commons and uncommons, they don't need to be doing a million things. They don't need to be doing all that. So he just ignores hindering, and then he's got hypersonic, close combat expert, invuln. He's got invuln in his whole dial. It literally just goes between hypersonic, close combat expert, running shot, pen psi, charge, super strength, and it just rotates like that for 9 clicks. So he's either 120 points, and I think the stats, except on the 40-point line, the stats are always the same pretty much topped out. Now I guess they're different, but whatever. Not where it matters, though. So he minus his 2 speed on, like, the 80-point line. So, honestly, I don't know if I'd ever pay 120 points. I don't think 40 points is worth the 3 extra clicks of life, but it's a neat little thing where it just kind of goes down by 40 points each time, so you can decide how powerful you want your Daxamite to be in a very simple stair step of power to points wise. 3 clicks, 40 points, etc., etc. I think 80 is probably the sweet spot where he's going to be a 12 for 4 hypersonic speed. He's still a 12 for 4 top dial versus at this 80-point line. I think he'll be a good, very solid little attacker in a BR where, of course, you'll obviously keep him at 120 points, I'd imagine, at a BR. There's no reason not to, really.
I mean,
unless you really want to, keep some points away from your opponents. It's kind of up to you. But yeah, invuln the whole time. He's a very simple, I'm powerful guy dial, and so he gets the job done.
In BRs, he very much could be a figure where it's like I run in and
and die. I hit
the field.
I hit something,
die.
and yeah.
So maybe there is a world where you play him at 80. It's not completely out of the question, but probably just 120. Oh, next up, another Batman, baby. Batman Family, Gotham City, Marksman, and Past. We've got the quick draw trait on this one, which we've seen. The return of Bruce Wayne trait as well, so he's coming in, coming out. And then he also has the Vigilante Justice damage special, his entire dial, which is range combat expert, free. If Batman didn't begin the turn on the map, make a ranged attack. So you can swap this guy in and he's popping off twice.
Insane.
Marksman keyword lets him get access to the trick arrows for free. And yeah, he's a running shot, so he's 6'11", 18-2 with Psychic Blast RCE. So he's a 12 for 3 twice if he's coming in. 5 range dual target, sees through stealth, so he's blasting the other Batman right out of their foxholes, like bang.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the most offensive options that we will see, if not the most offensive options from the Batman in the shifting range.
This is my favorite Batman.
I like him
obviously he's a cowboy,
crazy.
so I instantly like him, but like you ruined my day with Vigilante Justice being able to do the free and make an extra attack.
Yeah, that
is
match
just
was
so
brutal.
good. Also, just in sealed or just in general, a running shot Pensai RCE piece. Pretty
That's good, yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Pull the trick arrows too, woof.
Oh my gosh.
This guy's hurt.
Dude, this guy dropping trick arrows on me? Oof, painful.
So I think, yeah, another great addition to the Batman gallery. I really dig this one.
I really like him. You can just go ahead if you want to. You can
Sure.
you can keep it
The
rolling.
return of Bruce Wayne! This one has the Miyagani Shrine as a trait, which is free. If Batman didn't begin the turn on the map, generate a smoke terrain marker in his square. So probably the weakest of the bunch, but definitely has its uses.
I think it makes up for, though, how strong of an attacker he is, right?
Yeah, this is nuts to see on any Batman, if I'm being honest. The Batman family, Brute, Past, Warrior keyword, so this is going to give you access to Brute and Warrior. So across the shifting focus Batman, you'll have different access to different themes based on which one you start, which I always like. He has Surviving Any Time Period, which is Steel Energy. When Batman KOs an opposing character, after resolutions, he may make an attack. So, Vulture Jr.
Yeah.
If you get in there bashed...
Wow. I mean, and he has Flurry, so he's making 3, potentially, I guess, keep making attacks. He just keeps killing.
Attacks?
He just keeps killing stuff. Yeah.
A full dial of Flurry, a full dial of Battle Fury, and the top stats for a 60-point figure, he's got Flurry with 7, 12 attack with his special, a 19 invuln, and then 3 damage with Battle Fury. Down dial, this guy is always going to have opportunity to heal. Like, even if you're on your last clicks with the Steel Energy, hit twice, boom, now you're back up to your attack special. Ooh, maybe you killed something, now you're attacking again. Maybe you kill something again, and if you switch into this one, you can activate your trait, but if he's already on the board, you can heal him a click, then Flurry, then Steel Energy, then, so... This guy can, heal his full dial in the most optimal situations, which I think is a lot of fun. Will it happen? Probably not.
Would that work? Healing from normal Steel Energy? Because that's an after resolutions heal, right? And then would his attack special trigger? If you were, say, on normal Steel Energy, healed up to that, and then it says after resolutions KO, and you KO opposing character to make an attack, would you be able to do all that?
I think
if you didn't start with that special, you know what I mean, and then you healed up after resolutions, would that have been active? I guess
you KO something, and you're on Steel Energy. So after resolutions, I Steel Energy up to that.
Yeah. Now you're on the attack power.
Because that's also after resolutions. You can make an attack. I would say yes.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. This is kind of I don't know. Just kind of.
It's goofy.
It was something. Yeah, it was a little odd. I was like, I wonder if that's how it works, or maybe
I don't know
maybe
for
not.
sure. Rules lawyers. Get back to us on that one.
Someone will message us, I'm sure. Next up, we have gotta have a Wonder Woman in the set. It's a DC set.
Is so good.
This is
uncommon.
I'm very happy that we've had probably one of the more unique Wonder Woman sculpts in literally 4 or 5 years. We've seen so many Wonder Woman, and this is one of the few ones where she has this cloak, which is really cool. She has this big shield, which obviously big fan of shields, so that's pretty cool. And then this Wonder Woman is just a close combat beast. Forget about the lasso. Forget about my silly little bracelets. I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna punch you hard. So she has a trait. I've asked all the major magical players, friendly characters with the mystical keyword, gain JLA. So she has JLA, she has Wonder Woman. I'm also very thankful she does not have super senses anywhere, where it's just, I'm really tired of the doubling up on the super senses with the Spider-Man and the Wonder Woman team ability. So now this just feels like a little extra, okay, cool, senses on a 6, very nice, very fun, not insane, not nutty. And then her second is Defend. By the way, she's a 19 top dial. She has a 120 or a 50 point line. In sealed, it's kind of up to you as far as paying 120, but obviously in a BR, you're slamming this girl down at 120 because she'll be a 12 attack targeting whoever she targets with JLA, and then a 4 damage exploit, which is gnarly. And choose Defend with a 19 top dial. Once per turn, when a standard friendly character within 4 squares that shares a keyword with Wonder Woman is targeted with an attack, you may choose to place Wonder Woman and the adjacent friendly character in each other's squares, and she becomes the target of the attack instead. Maybe that person that was going to attack that character has a lower, attack value and is like less confident in hitting a 19. You can also deny points if that character is close to death in Wonder Woman's top dial, or maybe that character doesn't have any pen damage or precision strike, and now it's like, oh, well, great. Wonder Woman's an impervious or an invulnerability. She has also pretty solid keywords, nothing insane, but like Mystical and Warrior are up there. Amazon Deity, Justice League Dark, and Trinity are also up there. So in this set, probably looking at Mystical and Warrior, most likely going to pop off. And then obviously, when you build with it, you'll build with that in mind, because it's a really cool ability, and I really enjoy like the character swapping. She also has Team Up with Justice League and Justice League Dark. If Wonder Woman is part of the listed theme team, friendly characters have Safeguard Mystics, which is really solid. If Wonder Woman is on a Justice League Dark theme team, friendly characters have Wonder Woman Ally. Very simple, very cool. She's just a team player all around, both handing out JLA, Wonder Woman Ally, and then also ignoring opposing Mystics, which is really cool.
And that's definitely, if you're playing Justice League Dark, you definitely want the bonus to Super Senses. That's really solid. That's something that I'll probably whip out at some point.
Chimpanzee, he's got Super Senses.
John Constantine.
I think John Constantine has it. Yeah, okay.
Deadman.
Pretty good.
There's a solid amount of people with Super Senses in that. And even the next man himself, Justice League Dark, Mr. Dr. Fate, JSA.
He could use all the help he can get.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love Dr. Fate. He's one of my favorite characters in DC. And this one is like, I don't know how I fully feel about it, but we'll just get into it. So he's got Fate is no joking matter. Shape change, Super Senses, which, double rollouts. Who doesn't love that? When Dr. Fate uses either and succeeds, after resolutions generate a Masters of Time, 20 Dr. Fate on click 6. This game, that Dr. Fate can't use this trait and isn't scored when KO'd. So, so a few bummers here. You don't have any agency for how the Doctor Strange clones come out. Like, your opponent has to attack you, and then you have to succeed a roll to make that happen. He's a sidestep TK prob piece, which are all fantastic things. And then when he clones himself, he's a 0 attack, 0 damage enhancement. And the clone also can't use the trait. And also, like, why are you attacking this thing?
Yeah.
He's going to eat up a ton of actions, too. Like, I don't know. The JLU Dr. Fate, I think, was a much better representation of, like, the clones. Because at the beginning of the game, I just come in, I decide how many I play. There was no opportunity to bring them in like this one. But there's also no agency to bring them in here. Like, I can just ignore this Dr. Fate. And then I'll never get to use, like, the most fun part of him, which is cloning himself. I'll just not attack him.
Yeah.
I don't really care if you have a TK prob, like, it's good for you, but another thing is, if you're a TK prob, you're probably also going to be, like, in the back. So why am I going out of my way to hit this character to give you more things? But even when I give you those things, it's a 0 attack, like, enhancement, like, I don't mean to just, like, hate on this figure.
But
there's no agency with it.
I think when I first saw this Dr. Fate and kind of just, like, seeing him in, like, the uncommon slot, I was just kind of bummed that it's still just making a clone thing, because that was the last one.
No, that's fine. I love putting more things on the map. That's awesome.
But he just does it.
He does it in a terrible way. Like,
and then, honest, I don't know, I really wanted a Dr. Fate that's, like, the big bad Mr. Magician of all time. Like, I wanted, like, a Doctor Strange Supreme version of Dr. Fate, where he's like an uncommon who's like a 200 points running shot Pensai, like master of the mystic arts. Like, that would have ruled to have like a common sealed bomb Dr. Fate. That would have been a ton of fun. Or like a pulp beast. This one is just, again, the clone guy.
I have too high of expectations for Dr. Fate, and this one, it just doesn't do it for me. I also, another thing is, like, you have a 17 blank defense, and then you have traded shape change and super senses.
Yeah.
Just put the super senses on the dial,
there.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, am I crazy?
Well, I mean, I guess for the trait, right? It's like when he uses either and succeeds.
Oh, sure.
So I guess you would want them all to be on the trait.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah. Never mind. That's just blind hate right
He can still be a little tertiary attacker, right? He's still a JLA. Oh, no, it's JSA. Never mind. Well, he's still an 11 for 3. So if you do eventually sidestep him up, he can still kind of poke at people like a little bit. But I don't know. For 50 points, it doesn't just seem good for 50 points, just straight up.
It's not that it doesn't seem good. It doesn't. This isn't Dr. Fate. I don't know. I just don't love it. The clones he brings in, they just... What are they really adding for me? And also, like, why is my opponent attacking me and giving me that? So, sadly, he's a dud for me.
Zatanna next up. I think she's a very cute piece. I really like this figure a lot. So she has Rewap Kapit, which is backwards for pick a power, which is, I don't know. I think that's really cute. I like when they do the backwards words because that's how her and her dad like do spells and stuff. You know, so old Zatanna Zatara here. A lot of keywords. She is JLA, she is Mystic, so she can get that +1 attack value against somebody. So pick a power here, or Rewap Kip, is at the beginning of your turn, you may choose a standard power. She can use the chat power until your next turn. So just straight up, it's pick a power. We don't get a lot of pick a power anymore. Not especially just choose any power, and now she has it. So her dial is also really cool where it mirrors itself, which I really enjoy. Her dad had that back in World's Finest, but he could kind of choose to start at the beginning or the end. For her, it doesn't matter if she starts at the beginning or the end. It's actually like the same. It just kind of like peaks toward the middle, which is kind of interesting. So she's a Stealth Blades Combat Reflexes prob piece on her first and last clicks. On her second and fifth clicks, she's a Phasing Pensai ESD Perplex piece. And then her middle clicks, which is kind of her sweet spot. So you'll more than likely land on these if you get dealt 1, 2, 3-ish damage or 4 damage. She's a Sidestep, Precision Strike, Super Senses, Outwit with like a 12 attack, 2 damage, which is really solid. So I really like just aesthetically the way the dial looks. I think she's a very cute piece. I think she's a very cool piece. 70 points seems like a lot, but I feel like when you're choosing like Impervious or Invincible or something, you're going to give a lot more longevity to your dial. You can choose Steel Energy. You can choose like Regeneration if she gets knocked down low. So it might seem like a lot right away, but I think there is just so much strength in being able to pick a power. I don't know.
Just saying I have Invincible?
Yeah, just I have Invincible. I have Impervious. You don't have Pensai? Cool, whatever. I have Impervious. I have whatever I want. If I wanted charge for my blades, I have now charge blades. If I wanted running shot and I want to stay at range, she has 4 range, 2 targets. She is that. I mean, it's pick pick a power. Don't have to go crazy. It's pick a power. If you play her in Silver Age with WWE stuff, she can choose WWE powers too, which is really fun. So it's really don't make a face that. WWE rules, man. This is awesome. She could lightning speed somebody. It's hilarious. Never
loved the I'm playing the box or the
WWE ring. Yeah, and now I just have because it's a multiverse game. Yeah, that was a little silly, but I don't know. I really like Zatanna. She's just a great character. I love the way there's always such creativity with the Zatanna Zatara dials. So this is another really creative one, and I love seeing it.
This next figure is one that I think both of us really just glossed over. Like, oh yeah, he looks cool.
100%.
This is a figure I think it's going to be one that's going to catch people off guard. I really like that. So this is Supernova with Time Stealers, Future and Past. So another Time Stealer on the lineup. But the big thing for him, and why I say what I've said, is that during game setup, increase the result of your 2d6 roll to determine first player by +1 for each character with the Time Stealers keyword on your force. Through other various ways in the set, which we will get to later, there are some pretty easy ways to get Time Stealers on your team via some keyword cheating into Animal. So there may be a realistic universe where like Supernova is the best way to guarantee to go first. Yes, he's 50 points, but he also does have probability control. Once per turn when Supernova uses it, if the new result is higher than the previous result, he may immediately use probability control again. So there's a chance for a double prob there. He is just a running shot in-cap piece. He's pretty easy to KO. But when you consider things like Phoenix Sentinel, where it's like, if I go first, I can nuke your team. Or, I don't have a ton of examples, like Sky Tyrant, for example. I know that's not like one you're really going to use, but that was a figure that really liked to go first. So if you're building for initiative, I think this is a piece to heavily consider, because for each additional +1 past the +3, especially if your opponent isn't themed, you can almost guarantee that you go first with this figure. And in Silver Age, there's going to be some crazy stuff that you can do with him. So I really like this piece. I think it's a trait that is going to make for some very interesting build-arounds, that's like my favorite thing, is like, if you want to do specifically this is your guy. And so that's what Supernova is.
Yeah, with the changes to like theme teams and stuff these last few years, I just love seeing more traits that work off of a specific keyword, especially in the team building aspect of the team. So I'm always pro that. Red Arrow, very simple piece we get to here. She is going to be a wild card. She has one trait. She's very simple, like running shot piece. Really solid values, I think, for 50 points. A little 11 for 3 precision strike. Very solid. Ignoring characters, 5 range, 2 targets. Down dial, gets some RCE. She can get 12 for 4 on 1 click, which if she hits that, that's kind of her sweet spot. Really like that. Trait, Oliver's Daughter. Adjacent friendly characters with the marksman keyword have an extra target. I think it's really good. I think they're putting a lot of her points into that trait, it feels like, at 50 for a piece that can definitely just get blown off the map. But giving someone an extra target is really good. So it's cool. It's very marksman-y, too, to hand out an extra target. So I think that's really fun. So for people that are enjoying the marksman keyword and getting like more use out of it, and even like starting to maybe build a marksman themed team now that it's starting to get fleshed out more, I think Red Arrow is like a really cool piece for that. But a simple piece, just a little running shot piece, helps out marksman's. Pretty fun.
A little wild card.
Yeah.
This one's also a wild card and Outsiders TA, which we don't see all the time. Doom Patrol keyword, that's awesome. Teen Titans, Animal, and Celebrity keywords. This is Beast Boy. We've got Time to Go to Jurassic Sized. When Beast Boy hits, after resolutions, you may give him a transform token and roll a d6, adding the number of his transform tokens to the result. 7. Remove any transform tokens from Beast Boy and then replace him with a character named Beast Boy on the same click number. So there's a bigger dino in the set that Beast Boy has the potential opportunity to upgrade into, which is always fun when it works out. Then he has Blades Claw's Fangs and Precision Strike. When Beast Boy uses Blades Claw's Fangs, hit characters modify speed -2 until your next turn. He's a hypersonic shape change piece with ESD, which is a bit tough on a character that you probably want to like lock in with.
Yeah, so you'll want to hit and run back a little bit. Otherwise, ESD is not too useful, but yeah.
Down dial switches into some Battle Fury and then Exploit. He also has some Willpower at the bottom, which Willpower is always a power I like to see down dial because it's like, all right, if I'm going to go in, possibly double token myself, this gives me that option to possibly keep going. So I think this is a pretty solid Beast Boy, but the ESD top dial is a little like, yeah, you're going to have to play a little safe.
It's very much meant to, run up, hit, and then make sure you can run away. But also him not having ignores characters, it can be punishing if you don't make your breakaway roll on hypersonic speed. Yeah. So, because you really want to get away from them with that. At the very least, I guess he has shape change. But yeah, it's not as plug and play. You have to think a little bit more strategy-wise with something like this. Mm-hmm. Next up is Cinnamon, who... Where's Applejack?
Yeah,
where is he at?
What the heck?
Cinnamon has Marksman and Past. She also has the Quick Draw trait, which I'm not going to go over again, but she has a unique modifier bonded through Destiny. Friendly characters named Carter Hall, Hawkman, or Nighthawk modify defense +1. So Cinnamon is, I guess, Wild West Hawk Girl. That seems pretty apparent based off this trait. Charge, combat reflexes, piece with precision strike her entire dial. She later goes on to a more sidestep RCE, like ranged bit. It's kind of interesting, as she slowly makes her way to the front, she can give some enhancement to your other marksmen or past people that are shooting, but then she's a charge enhancement piece, which is a little silly, but it works out like fine. I also like that, I guess Nighthawk is another name for Hawkman, but it's also just there's a Marvel character named Nighthawk, so if you play her with him, he'll get his defense +1 too, which is kind of fun. So yeah, that's
no Hawks
Cinnamon.
left behind.
Yeah, no Hawks left behind. She has a trait, which is Team Up Trick Shooting. If all friendly characters have the Quick Draw trait, they can use it even if the attack wasn't during your first action of the turn. So now, everything I've complained about, ladies and gentlemen, we've solved it. We've fixed Quick Draw. Yes.
So anyways, I just started blasting.
And so now it's every single person that does running shot that turn. Just like, it doesn't even have to be the first attack. So yeah, literally, they all get to trigger Quick Draw right away. This rules. This with like Sheriff Deadpool and then all the other Quick Draw people.
4 shifting Batman,
constantly. Oh my gosh. Oh, that made my spine tingle.
Blast.
Disgusting. Yeah, so just being able to remove tokens and just keep going. This is just bang, 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 bang. Total Wild West shootout, which is beautiful, and I love
Wild
it.
West style fest.
It's yeah. I love this team up card. This rocks. This rules. I actually cannot wait to play that. That is awesome.
I think just a quick note, and it'll continue with this next one here. The team ups in this set are a lot of fun. Like they're super cool. I like them a lot. Next up is Anthro, who's Ethan Warrior.
Briggs.
Yeah,
Ethan Briggs.
Excuse me. Used to dealing with things bigger than me. That is also true for Ethan Briggs.
Yeah.
When Anthro attacks a character with colossal or giant size, that character can't use defense powers for this attack. So, situational Pegasus Cap.
Yeah,
like the caveman
a little more expensive / situational Pegasus Cap, this guy.
And then the first hero, leadership support, 55 points for charge, and then he's got just a 4 damage up top, full dial
That's
of 11
gnarly.
attack. Like, the only stat that changes on his entire dial is his damage dropping from 4 to 3 on click 1 to 2, and that's it. Otherwise, he is literally just bashing with
Dude,
a
if this
club.
guy was a 4 damage the entire time, I'd be like, that is insane.
This is
I like this piece a lot, though.
Yeah,
He's
I do.
really fun.
This is what, honestly, like, another... I know it's not going to, like, blow people out of the water in BRs, but it's like, if you leave this guy unchecked, he's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
And then also, like, leadership is so helpful in BRs.
In those Jurassic BRs, too, I don't know if he's in any of the Jurassic boosters for, like, distribution, but he's, like, an instant, like, gotta get this piece off the board. Otherwise, he's going to really... Yeah.
He's going to be bashing some rats.
Jeez.
Though, which is brute or past. If Anthro is part of a listed theme team, the first time each turn a friendly character attacks a character with giant or colossal, that characters can't use defense powers for this attack. So he gives it to everybody.
Yes.
He extends that to all
This
of them.
does replace that trait, so he no longer has his original trait,
Yeah.
and instead has this. But yeah, giving it out to everybody,
Galactus,
that's really good.
his days are numbered.
You're cooked. Sorry, Galactus.
You're good.
You're out of there.
See ya.
Next up, we have Talia al Ghul. She is Batman Family, League of Assassins, Assassin, Marksman, Martial Artist, and Spy. A ton of keywords. She is a very simple 35-point piece, running shot, combat reflexes, RCE. She has the target trait. We all know what the target trait does. You give someone a target token, and then when you KO that character, and when an assassin KOs that character, they score an additional 25 points. Her other trait, which is kind of her themey thing, is torn between love and family. If Talia al Ghul is part of a Batman Family theme team, she can use support and sidestep. If she is part of a League of Assassins theme team, she can use precision strike and penetrating psychic blast. So she's like a really good attacker, she's still only an 11 for 3. So she's a solid tertiary attacker when she is part of the League of Assassins. And then she is sidestepping around and healing up your Batman Family when she's part of the Batman Family thing. I don't know. So I don't know who Talia al Ghul is. She seems cool, I guess. 35 points. These aren't going to come up in sealed
You don't know
at all.
who she is, really?
I guess no. She was in a few episodes of Brave and the Bold. She's Ra's al Ghul's mean daughter, she's the mother of Damian Wayne, right?
Yeah, she's got a thing for Batman.
So I guess that's
she's just toxic.
She's just toxic.
But Batman's kind of toxic too. I mean,
He's
it's
got
not
to
like
be.
he's
Is he not?
scot-free
Is he
on
not
this.
insanely toxic, Batman?
Not insanely.
Maybe not
toxic.
insanely,
No,
but like.
no. Does he lead some people on? I mean, sure, you could make that case.
I think so.
Make that case, but who? I mean, come on. When you're Batman and you're also a
You're
billionaire,
right. You're Batman.
You don't think women are just throwing themselves at him all the time? He kind of has to.
They are.
You know, the gold diggers are out
fair.
for Batman and Bruce Wayne. Talia al Ghul, she wasn't in it for the money.
No?
No.
She was in it for the
She
man.
wanted a son.
The strength. Oh, she got it, right?
Batman. She got it.
She got it, yeah.
Mhm.
She
And
got it.
Batman's like, oh my gosh. Get that prenup side.
But anyways, yeah, this isn't really going to pop off in sealed or anything. I guess try to keep her stealth. Try to have a Batman on your team so she can copy that, so she can use her combat reflexes is probably what I would say. But that's Talia.
Yeah.
Cheap little piece.
Oh boy, a lot of text on this one.
Yeah.
Sergeant Rock. Oh my goodness, he is cool though. Formidable Resolve, Sergeant Rock. So same dealio. When a friendly character with the soldier keyword is KO'd by an opposing effect, give Sergeant Rock a Formidable Resolve token. If Sergeant Rock has a Formidable Resolve token, the first time he would be KO'd, instead remove all of his Formidable Resolve tokens and turn him to his last non-KO click, then heal him 1 click for every token removed this way, Protected Pulse Wave. So a nice little like living legend that kind of builds up throughout the game. As your infantry are dying, Sergeant Rock is, I guess, punching his check to stay alive.
Yeah.
But he also has Calling in the Reserves, which is ultimately, this is what you want to do with the figure because it's so cool. Power, generate a 012 Easy Company soldier on click number 5 within range and line of fire. Then you may remove any number of Formidable Resolve tokens from Sergeant Rock. If you do, for every 2 tokens removed, generate a 012 Easy Company soldier on click number 5 adjacent to the first Easy Company soldier generated this way. This game, those characters aren't scored when KO'd. So this is where they come in on that goofy click 5 with 2, 11, 14, 1, sidestep, Pensai, and their own way to bump their stats. And then the best part is when those characters are KO'd, Sergeant Rock is raking even more tokens. So you play a couple of these guys, you could really get some funny stuff going.
I love this so
Yeah,
much.
it's
I love
awesome.
the calling in the airstrike where they all just come down. They're ready to blast. No, this Sergeant Rock rules. This piece is awesome.
Leadership for the full dial is also just really nice. Past soldier keywords. And yeah, I mean, building up tokens throughout a game and then eventually just generating like 5 of those soldiers and being like,
Yeah.
all right, when you kill these, I'm going to do the same thing
That
again.
rules.
We also have a team up for him, which is There's a War On. If Sergeant Rock is part of a soldier theme team, friendly characters with a formidable resolve trait have this character starts the game with a formidable resolve token, which is nice.
It just rules. I mean,
Yeah.
just always. There's literally, to me, if you're playing this,
Helps
it's a
you get this
soldier.
rolling.
It's a soldier theme team. Like always, use this team up card if you're playing this team. This just rocks. So
The
yeah.
only bummer is that you can't play multiples of Sergeant
Oh,
Rock
that is
in this.
true. That is true. You can't play multiples of Sergeant Rock, and you also
Otherwise-
couldn't play multiples of your little soldiers either.
No.
So that actually is a little tricky. So maybe it isn't always the go-to. But it's an option. It's an option. It's fun.
It's just kind of a bummer because I would love to play multiple Sergeant Rocks.
Yeah.
I know that's like dumb, but
I mean, that rules though.
It rules,
to have
yeah,
a bunch
so
of
it's not
him.
dumb.
Yeah.
I agree. It's not dumb.
Lady Blackhawk, there's a special place in my heart for the old Streets of Gotham Lady Blackhawk because she was one of the few characters like the soldier keyword that could carry a ton of people. So I love to see a new Lady Blackhawk. This is really cool. She's 50 or 35. She has her formidable resolve, same thing, somebody dies, give her a token, and then also just gives her traded super senses. When she uses super senses, you may remove a formidable resolve token to re-roll the results. This just kind of keeps her alive, flying in her jet, her aeroplane, whatever, helping her dodge, right? Her special speed for her first 3 clicks, so it'll be on the first click of her 35-point line, is running shot. When Lady Blackhawk moves, after resolutions, you may remove any number of formidable resolve tokens from her. If you do, place up to that many friendly characters with the soldier keyword within range adjacent to her. So
That's awesome.
it's whenever she moves, yeah, so within range adjacent to her. So yeah, she can pull 5 squares back, placing them adjacent to her forward. So this is a better version of like carry, which is just situational to how many formidable resolve tokens. So now you play her at 35 points or something, right? You play her with Sergeant Rock, team up card. She starts with 1 instantly. She gets to move out 6, pull from 5 away, place somebody in front of her, and then they get to do something because it's just place. Really solid, really
Yeah.
cool
And
little
she's got a
placement
perplex
shenanigans.
to boot.
Yeah,
And
perplex.
it's just within range, so if you find some goofy ways to boost her range up, it could be within 8.
Also true.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah. I really
really
like this
solid.
piece. I really, really like this piece. I really hope this sees like pulp play. I think this is a really, really, really
Oh,
cool
definitely
piece.
potential.
And I think it's really fun. So I love it. Love seeing Lady Blackhawk. Love that she kind of keeps the same aspect of mobilizing your team in a different way, and I really like it.
Yeah, overall, just all
She's
the
sweet.
soldier folk in this set
Yeah.
are they're excellent.
They're killing it.
And this is another figure that I think I irrationally love. Like I love this Hal Jordan. I don't even fully know why. Green Lantern TA, that is always good. Hyper Time TA, also very good. Green Lantern Corps, Justice League, Time Masters, Future, Herald, Past, Soldier. He also has the Time Masters trait, so he's got access to prob his whole dial. And then Emerald Time Master for a defense special, which is Energy Shield Deflection, Toughness, Willpower. At 70 points, you're getting a pretty solid running shot, Psychic Blast enhancement piece, which is always great, especially when you can carry 8 people. In Sealed, fantastic. In BRs, fantastic. At 40 points on the constructed side of things, I think this guy is good enough to see play. He gets a free broadsword or a free ring for at least a little bit more time. Phasing, TK, enhancement, prob, carrying 8 people, hyper time team ability. He's awesome. I mean, it's also like Hal Jordan. So
And it's just Green Lantern, and Green Lantern just rocks.
I want to play Green Lantern, like just period. Every time we've busted out the Masters of Time stuff so far, immediately
He's been on like every team. Yeah,
he's been on every single one of my teams that I've made so far.
Yeah.
Just because, I want to play Green Lantern, and this is a really good representation of it. If you want the high flying damage dealing man, you can do that at 70. But if you just want the support taxi, that's an option too. I really like the split line on this figure. It makes a lot of sense to me. And yeah, just a really, really good uncommon. So
yeah,
shout out Hal Jordan.
I think he's really solid. I like him.
Soldier keyword too. Lady
Also
Blackhawk.
true. Shout out Soldier keyword. It's interesting. When did they stop the pilot keyword? Was that like back in 2020?
Oh,
like the
gosh.
caps? It was like forever ago. They stopped giving out pilot. So now I think they're just like, yeah, Hal Jordan, military, soldier, no more pilot keyword. Pretty simple, like fixed.
Fair.
Next up, whatever, it's Superboy. I'm sorry. If you have an S on your chest, I kind of instantly hate you. But he's at least better, technically, than Superman. Well, I guess no, not this version of Superboy. The black t-shirt version of Superboy is like actually a cool character.
I do like him. He's cool.
That's a cool character. This is just young Superman, so he is, he is lame. Kryptonian Legion of Superheroes future, he has the Legion team ability, and then he has the Superman ally, so he's got Ignore Cindering for Line of Fire. What is Legion again? Copy, wild card. All right, cool. He has a trait, Long Live the Legion. He's 75 or he's 40. Sidestep. Oh, that's kind of silly. Anyways, sidestep once per turn for all characters with this trait. When a friendly character of the Legion of Superheroes keyword is damaged by an opposing game effect, roll a d6, and a friendly character's the Legion of Superheroes keyword modify the listed combat value by the listed amount to the end of your next turn. So 1 through 3, they all modify their defense value +1. 4 through 5, they modify attack +1. And then on a 6, they modify all their combat values +1. Okay, it's once per turn, so it's not going to keep stacking. That would be insane. And then he has a trait, other friendly characters with the Legion team ability have Superman allies. So make sure you pack another team ability on your Legion teams for them to copy, because they'll all just instantly get Superman ally anyways. So it saves them from having to copy that, which is kind of cool. I think for 75 points, he's got good stats. He's a 10 speed charge, 11 attack, 4 damage, like 18 invulnerability. 40 points, I don't know if I'd ever play him at 40 points. No. Maybe keeping him in the back, sidestepping around, keep
What's
this
he
trait.
doing at 40 points?
Really nothing. I mean, he's a 10 attack, 3 damage, and power, but you don't want him to die. He'll die so easily. So really, I think you're just keeping him alive for this trait.
This is expendable goon Superboy, dude.
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah. That guy is the definition of expendable at 40.
Yeah, at 40's. Yeah, that's too scary to let that die at 40 points. Yeah. But he's like, fine, whatever. It's Superboy. Superman sucks.
Super, that's your boy, huh?
Nope, certainly not. Absolutely not. You can talk about Batman now.
Next up, Mr. Pirate Batman. Batman, Gotham City, past and pirate.
Wow, it actually says that. Real name, Mr. Pirate Batman. Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
Mr. Pirate Batman. He obviously has the return of Bruce Wayne trait, and then probably my favorite flavor text in the set, which is Gotham's greatest plunderer. When Batman hits with a close attack, if he didn't begin the turn on the map, choose an equipment equipped to a hit character and remove it from the game. So, see ya. Goodbye to your equipment, situationally. He also has All Aboard the Black Rose, which is Leap, Climb, Sidestep, and Passenger 3. Adjacent friendly characters also have Dolphin. So this is going to be the taxi of the group. 8 move with Sidestep. He'll be able to get people in position. One thing that is kind of a bummer is because Return of the Bruce Wayne is a beginning of the turn action. Well, it's not an action, but it happens at the beginning of the turn. You can't move this guy out and then switch into like a more defensive Batman or maybe a more offensive or utility-oriented Batman. So if you move him out, he does have to stay out, which does make it a little tough. He's a mastermind. Perplexed, which is something, but this guy could get his lunch eaten pretty easily. He's a great taxi, and giving out Dolphin is nice. If you have anyone who can generate water, giving your whole team that is cool. But it is a bit risky to move him out. So situationally, I'm not sure where he fits in. I think this may be one of the weaker, if not the weakest Batman in the group. But ultimately, I do love it. I think the sculpt's really cool. I mean, come on. It's just Batman as a pirate. Does it get any better? Pirate keyword is also strangely it's one that I always want to build for. I don't think I ever fully do, but I always want to.
Yeah.
I want pirate to be better, but it never quite gets there.
Pirate's always just a keyword that it's like, wow, this is really cool. There's a pirate keyword. It's just really fun. I don't know if I've ever played a pirate team ever, but it is a fun keyword. I don't know, the ability of handing out Dolphin to just all adjacent friendly characters with no caveat
Galactus?
Or anything. Yeah, handing it out to Galactus. People were using that. Aquaman, you had to be a ruler theme team with the team up card, and he was 50 points, so this guy's a little bit more, but still, this is just a automatic, no team building restrictions, just adjacent people get Dolphin, which is pretty cool. If you want to, go ahead, you might as well.
Yeah, why wouldn't I? Batman family, Gotham City, Detective Past. This is the witch trial era Batman. Also has Return of Bruce Wayne, big surprise. And then he has an attack special, which My Fire is saved for foes who've earned it. Smoke Cloud as free, but only to generate 2 markers. Always love that. When Batman uses it, if he didn't begin the turn on the map, after resolutions deal 1 penetrating damage to opposing characters occupying those smoke markers. So if you switch this guy in, it's literally just free damage. He can be moved and then used it. He can be placed. Like, he can just drop the smoke and you're taking damage for it. To 2 people, free 2 pen.
Wow, that is so good.
Is,
as soon as he switches in, 2 pen for free. Wow, that is really good.
Something I want to do is play multiples of this and have my sideline only be this guy.
Yeah.
Just burn someone alive. Just like, see ya.
Absolutely staked, dude. Burned at the stake.
Stake
Just
him, dude.
insane.
T-bone. Witch Hunter is his damage special, which is enhancement. Batman and adjacent friendly characters have Safeguard Mystics. This is definitely the defensive Batman of the group. There's no question about that. He has Force Blast on dial, which is a little interesting.
I think that damage power definitely should have been called The Last Witch Hunter after the amazing Vin Diesel 2015 movie, The Last Witch Hunter. Obviously, that a real missed opportunity there, but
missed opportunity. We'll forgive you for it, Wiz.
Yeah, we'll forgive you, but if you ever have a chance, make sure to do your research and watch The Last Witch Hunter. It's an obviously iconic movie, but
we
continue.
might not be so nice next time.
Yep.
But this time we'll forgive you. But yeah, 19 defend is. It's not as common as it used to be. 19 defend was, I feel like, more prevalent kind of this last year and the year before even, and now it's it's a bit rare.
We're seeing an uptick in it. A few years ago, but now it's more noticeable when it pops up.
So yeah, great defensive option. I think this is definitely a Batman that you always want in the shifting repertoire. Just having access to free damage is always good. That's just
so good.
It's really nasty. So yeah.
Morgan Le Fay here is up next. She's got a few fun abilities. She's 125 or she's 50. I think 50 is just a nice, more reasonable line. Just kind of depends if you really want to be a little mind control piece, top dial. So her trait, Youth, is so wasted on the young, which is true. When an opposing character in range is damaged by the Mystic's team ability, after resolutions, heal a friendly character with the mystical keyword 1 click. And then she has a special speed power on her first 3 clicks, so at her 125 point line, or on her very last click, which is Mind Control Sidestep, and opposing characters in range can't generate non-debris terrain. So this shuts down, barrier, this shuts down Smoke Cloud.
Mime Pool,
making his special terrain, yeah.
Everyone was asking for the hard counter to Mime Pool.
It was necessary.
You're welcome.
He was just too broken. He was too good. We had to shut him down, and I'm glad they were thinking in the very next set. They knew he would be a problem, but didn't want to nerf him. So they were like, we better just make sure we have a hard 125 point counter to a 40 point piece, whatever Mime Pool is. Yeah, so really shutting down Mime Pool here. Morgan Le Fay just hates the French. I don't know. Yeah. Probably not. Her name's Le Fay. But anyways, she has a special attack power on her very last click, which is a stop click. So it's pretty good. Once per game, stop, steal energy. The first time this click is revealed after resolutions, deal 1 penetrating damage to all opposing characters within 3 squares. I like a little explode stop click.
Morgan Le Fay. I don't think I'll ever be able to look at this figure without a horrible cartoonish
French accent. A little Batroc the Leaper.
Her trait, oui. That's not what it is, Ian. I don't care.
I don't know. So, yeah, I think at 125, I think there's just a lot of points sunk into her special speed power. So I don't know if I really love her at, playing her, costed at that. At 50 points, I think it's a very solid 50-point piece, just a running shot. Always, sidestep. Always doing pen damage, though. Pen Psi and exploit. And then that little once per game stop click is really solid. I love figures that, explode. I think that's really fun. I think the Punisher van was really cool. Shredder was really cool. So, these kind of... Nuke, oh dude, Nuke and Nuke clone, oh my gosh, rules. So
the Chaos War guy. Combustion.
Oh my gosh, no, dude, yeah, I can see him because he's doing this. And he has a big explosion effect. Nitro. Yeah, where he's explode, click, nothing, click, explode, click, nothing, click. That guy rocks. Nitro is awesome. Yeah,
Legacy.
Legacy Nitro. He's really cool. I mean, he's the catalyst for Civil War. Nitro's a really kind of whatever villain because he really doesn't get that much love, but he's a cool conceptual character.
He
Nitro's
dies.
fun. He dies. Yeah, he dies. He does blow himself up and act like he don't know nobody. Trust me.
What really makes this figure cool though is
Morgan Le Fay.
What really makes this figure is the team up. 100%.
The team up is really cool. So let's jump into it really quickly. So new Camelot. When establishing theme teams, friendly characters with the armor or mystical keywords gain the Camelot keyword. If Morgan Le Fay is part of a Camelot theme team, when a friendly character damages an opposing character, after resolutions, heal Morgan Le Fay 1 click. So she just makes a Camelot team. It's really cool. It's really cute. We already got like the Arthur from Camelot 3000 earlier this year. And now he is, I guess, filling out his round table of knights thanks to Morgan Le Fay here. She's like allowing you to actually build a Camelot theme team, which is really fun. So keyword cheating is always fun, especially for an obscure keyword. Like now this is a Camelot theme team.
Exactly.
Ooh, knights of the round table, willing we are able. Yeah.
We're knights of the round table, we dance where we're able. We do routines, we call scenes, the footwork impeccable. We dine well here in Camelot, we eat ham and jam and Spamalot.
All right, well,
Gotta talk about this little kid now, don't we?
my least favorite Robin, but honestly, the dial and the
people that
playability on
like
this
this Robin, psychopaths, insane.
Damian Wayne
They say
is,
he reminds me of
yeah.
me and my son. Are you a crazy person? Is your son a
Your
crazy
son,
person?
like, in juvie?
Yeah. I don't know. Damien is.
He's
but
the lowest tier Robin. I'll
facts.
die on that hill. I don't like Damian
Tim
Wayne,
Drake
but I
being
really,
the best, obviously.
Gosh, I really like this figure. So he gets a
Okay,
pass.
all right.
Batman Family, Gotham City, League of Assassins, Teen Titans, Assassin, Marksman, Martial Artist, a free trick arrows, cool. Watch and learn. Once per turn when Robin hits, choose a friendly character that shares a keyword with Robin and a power printed on this card. That character can use the chosen power until your next turn. So some options from that. Precision Strike, Super Senses, Enhancement, Empower, Close Combat Expert, Running Shot. A lot of good options for that. That's super cool. He's also got Competitive to a Fault, which is once per turn for all characters with this trait. When a friendly character that shares a keyword with Robin misses, after resolutions, Robin may make an attack targeting the missed character if able. So just keeping him close by and making an attack with like whoever, Timebreaker. No, he doesn't share a keyword. A 0 attack figure. Maybe Dr. Fate. Does he share a keyword? Doesn't matter. But Running Shot, Precision Strike with some RCE at 60, or Charge Close Combat Expert with Precision Strike, also very good. Ignores Elevated on movement, ignores Hindering on targeting, 4 range double targets. For 30 or 60 points, like I'm a huge fan of when the split line is like actually a debate. Mm-hmm. And this is a great example of that. If you want a close combat figure who's a little more high risk, but also lower risk because it's lower points, play him at 30. If you want that sniper who has a little more defensive capability, will probably take advantage of the traits a bit better, play him at 60. If you want to play 2 at 30, you could. 1 at 60. Like there's a lot of use cases for this. This is a really solid Robin, and even though it is the lamest character-wise, we will forgive that because this is probably the best Robin dial they've done in
a long time.
I don't know, like 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah. I actually really do like his split lines, mostly because it's not just the same thing but cheaper. So it's like, oh, why would I ever play the top one?
Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
that's the worst.
I hate that.
So I really do like how different these are, and yet they kind of mirror each other with like the 2 clicks of move and attack, the 1 click of like sidestep, and then like the 1 click of like RCE,
I think you'll
CCE.
get value.
It's pretty cool
In different ways out of both, but you will get value, and it changes his play style. So
Yeah.
it rocks. Also, great split lines coming up.
Oh, dude. I love this Green Arrow. I love everything about this Green Arrow. He feels unique to himself. He also just feels like Green Arrow, and he just feels like, man, a Heroclix of a Heroclix, dude. I really just like this Green
This
Arrow.
is a Heroclix.
That's exactly.
A
You know what I
guy's
mean?
guy.
A guy's guy, a man's man. Like
A shooter.
exactly. Like so, this is Oliver Queen. He rules JLA and Wild Card, which is always nice to see. He has Longbow Hunter. I also do just love. He's definitely more of an old school looking like Green Arrow. Like
The
not
longbow
like,
is so
he's
cool.
got like this hood versus his funny little hat that he wears sometimes. He's got like long sleeves, and he's just very much like a forest hunter looking Green Arrow. It's really cool. So Longbow Hunter gives him Precision Strike. When Green Arrow is given a range action, he may modify his range +3. So it means he's shooting 9, which rocks. If he does, he can't target more than one character this action. So that's like really pulling back on the arrow, shooting up into the sky to like make it go crazy far, hit one person. Or he's 6 range, which is still really above average in today's game, with triple target, which rocks with Precision Strike. That's awesome. It's like 3 quick arrows or 1 really long shot going out crazy far, which is really fun. And then his damage power, which he also has with his Longbow Hunter ability on both his first 2 clicks and his last 2 clicks, is tracking the Robin Hood Killer. Ranged Combat Expert, when Green Arrow attacks, opposing characters can't use Mastermind or Shape Change. That rocks. That's awesome. I want to see more counters to Mastermind. It's one of those like tricky powers that I like to try to find like workarounds for. It can really be, tough to get around. And I love that he's like, no, I'm hitting you. Precision strike plus no shape change, plus no mastermind. I am hitting you. The guy I'm looking at, you're getting shot, bro. So I love it. So now he's a 13 for 4 top dial at 75 points, sidestepping around. Willpower to try to like keep this moving. So it's a very like get into place top dial at 75, or at 50 he is just a running shot, pen psi, ESD, prod piece, loses both his specials, doesn't really need them. He still has all his cool improved targeting, which I haven't gotten to yet. It's ignores elevated, hindering, and shoot out of adjacency, which rocks. That's awesome. So everything but like characters, which can be tricky sometimes, but this is still really, really, really good. And then he's like, he's a triple target running shot pen psi piece, which rules. So right away, we have 2 different ways to play Green Arrow, which both feel like Green Arrow. Personally, I love the top dial. I love the RC. I love the precision strike. I love the, pulling back one big arrow for one long shot. I think that really rocks. But you have choices, you have options with this Green Arrow. And I love this Green Arrow. I think he's just like pinnacle, like Heroclix of a Heroclix figure design. I love this thing. So his team up is Split the Arrow. If he is on a marksman themed team, when a friendly character hits with an attack, with a range attack, note the attack roll. So get out your little notebook, write down what it was. When a friendly character attacks and the attack roll matches the attack roll noted during this turn, the attack is a critical hit. Yeah, that rocks. That's awesome. So somebody hits, they roll like a 7. I wonder, so if you know the attack roll, is that like the number, or is that both dice? Like that a 2 and a 5.
To be clarified.
Okay, it needs to be clarified. I was curious on that too.
Okay. I was like, oh, good question.
Okay, so we'll see what it ends up being. Obviously, if it's just the number, that's easier than the exact like 2 dice.
I would assume attack roll is like.
Well, the attack roll I would assume would be 2 dice, right? And the attack total would be a number. Is that what that?
Well, attack total is your attack plus.
Oh, that's true. Attack total is your attack plus the dice. Yeah.
So I don't know. You could go either way.
I can see it. I can see either way. Either way, however it gets clarified.
Dice manipulation stuff in the team.
It's kind of how they're. It's kind of trying. I guess how they're doing like the time thing is a lot of dice manipulation. No, I like it a lot too. But this Green Arrow is just like 4.9 stars out of 5. Just an awesome Heroclix piece.
Next up, we're talking about great split lines. Now let's talk about some tough, not so great,
tough ones.
Some tough ones. Etrigan, Justice League Dark. Woo! Shadow Pact, Monster, Mystical Past, Warrior. I love Etrigan as a character.
He's cool.
Never knew a ton about him as a kid, but when he came out in the Legacy set, I was like, man, this guy's so sweet. He has a move special, which is the Fires and Beasts of Hell hath woken, which is Charge Flurry, which, that's a combo that, come on, bread and butter, baby.
That's what we want to see.
Get any better. He also has Whoosh as an attack special. Whoosh.
So I feel like we were setting up something. The Fires and Beasts of Hell hath woken, and maybe the demon Etrigan hath spoken, or something. Like I feel like
rhyme, right?
A rhyme. That's kind of Etrigan's whole deal. It's his whole thing.
Whoosh.
Whoosh.
Yeah, interesting.
Whoosh.
Energy Explosion, Precision Strike. When Etrigan damages an opposing character, after resolutions, you may generate a Fire Smoke terrain marker in their square. So revisiting the Wheels of Vengeance mechanics that came out, kind of fun. At the beginning of your next turn, even if this is lost, deal 1 damage to each character occupying those markers, then remove those markers. So yeah, it's something we've seen before with characters like Blackheart probably being the most prominent example of that. But at 100 points, this guy is a running shot, the attack special, Invincible Perplex, 8, 11, 18, 3. And at 30 points, he's also 8, 11, 18, 3. But he's a Charge Flurry Blades exploit piece. And I just, for the life of me, cannot understand in what world am I playing this at 100 over 3 of this guy at 30.
Right? Yeah, 100%.
So, the lower line for Etrigan is very solid. He's very good. But the higher line, I just straight up don't understand it.
Nope.
It doesn't make sense to me. Still, a very cool figure. I will play this figure a lot at 30. No question about that. But, this one is, I don't know, top dial is just a solid no for me, dog.
Next up, we have Etrigan Prime, who, this is our first Prime in the set, also a very running shot, heavy piece, top dial. He's 115 or 75 points. There's a lot of text, so let's strap in. He's Cosmic Energies, Mystics, Gotham City, Justice League Dark, Shadow Pact, Monster, Mystical, Past, and Warrior.
Gotham City keyword is so cool on this.
Love to see it. Off the map, thy work is done. Arise the demon, Etrigan, it must be Etra James Gunn. Thank you. Sideline active. I like that it is off the map, and then it's a sideline active ability. It's really cute. When a friendly character with the mystical or past keyword hits, and the attack roll was 10 or more, after resolutions, you may replace that character with Etrigan from your sideline on his red starting line. If that character was named Etrigan, then turn Etrigan to his green starting line, and that becomes his starting line this game, and deal 1 penetrating damage to each adjacent opposing character. So, kind of the reason that you'll want to play the other Etrigan, probably again at 30 points, to then switch into this 115-point beast of an Etrigan from off your starting line and deal a bunch of people 1 penetrating damage. Very solid. He has a special attack power sprinkled in. None of his starting lines start on it, but it's on clicks 3 and 4, 7 and 8. Jason of Norwich. Hellfire of Demons of Norwich with Hellfire of Demons. Okay, cool. Very fun. Lots of fun words here on Etrigan. Blaze Claw's Fangs, Poison, Precision Strike, just a stacked attack ability. And then he has a stop click on click 4. Okay, I guess, his attack power will come up then. It's on click 4 and 8 where he has his charge, like Blaze, Combo Reflexes thing. Cool. Healing from pain while dealing the pain. Rhyming pain with pain is not... A lyricist is going insane right now.
Etrigan really kind of fell off.
Yeah, he really fell off lyrically.
Yeah, what happened to Etrigan?
Oh my gosh.
He used to put
dude,
out
I miss
bangers.
old Etrigan, dude. What about, this album from 2005 Etrigan, man? What happened to
when
this
he had Drake
Etrigan?
featured on his album, that was a different Etrigan, man.
Stop Super Sense's toughness, power, roll a d6. On a 1 through 2, you deal Etrigan 1 unavoidable damage, so he just dies on click 8. On a 3 through 5, you heal him 2 clicks, which is cool to note. It's not from regen or support, so he'll heal the full 2 clicks in the stop. And then on a 6, he'll heal 3 clicks and then deal 3 damage to an opposing character within range, not line of fire. So that's 5 squares away within range. That's really cool. It's really good. So very heavy, big highs. Very low lows on this. So definitely, I would say, you're on click 4. Heck yeah, use this bad boy. If you're on click 8, depends on the situation you find yourself in. A little scary for him to just die, but it's a fun ability. It's cute. I think at 115, I'd main force this Etrigan. I think he's a very solid 115-point figure. He's the double stop clicks. He's got cosmic energy.
75.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd play 75 for the 4 clicks. I'm not as into that, but at 115 for 45 more points, I like that a whole lot more. So,
and on a sideline,
35 more points.
Plenty of opportunity to use this guy. I mean, free is free. If you're not using a prime, he's a consideration. If you have the keywords,
40.
that is.
Yep. So I like him.
Yeah, he's really cool. Also, the fact that he has the word bubble in the sculpt.
That is so sick. Yeah,
I
should talk about that. We have not seen word bubbles in so long. Deadpool did them. The Batman, whatever, 66 set did them.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time we got a word bubble. Dr. Bong did it, and that was really cool, like sound effect word thing. So I love seeing the word bubble thing. I hope they continue that, because that's awesome.
All right. It is just split line city. There are a lot of interesting split lines in this set. This is another one where I don't know if there's ever a world where I'm playing her at 100. We've got Cosmic, we've got Superman. For team abilities, we also have Kryptonian, Cosmic, Future, and Warrior for keywords. She has a trait. This is Supergirl, by the way, I should probably say.
Who is this? Who is it?
In the Brigand's wake. When another friendly character is damaged by an attack, if Supergirl hasn't healed them yet this turn, after resolutions, heal that character 1 click. Giving your whole team, like Soul Sword, essentially, like you get to heal one when you're hit to stop or whatever, is really, really, really good. So giving all of your stop clicks essentially a second go with Superman or Supergirl being on the board, crazy good trait. Do not sleep on that. Very, very strong. Woman of Tomorrow for a defense, Stop Impervious. And then for a damage special, she has Red Kryptonite Empowerment. When Supergirl attacks or is attacked by one or more characters with colossal or giant size, modify your combat values +1 until your next turn. So the split lines are really interesting. When you play her at 100, she starts off as a Sidestep Blade Super Senses piece, 8, 11, 17, 3. And then she has a stop click where she goes 12, 12, 19, 4 with the damage special running shot. But if you play her at 70, she can just be a 7, 12, 18, 4.
One click of running shot. Yeah, I don't know why you'd ever play her at 100 with that.
She also has 6 range.
With that top click. I really don't get that very much, but The 70-point line, that rules.
Because, I mean, again, like, it's the same issue as Dr. Fate, where it's like, okay, you're a sidestep blades piece.
I'm gonna ignore you. Yeah.
You're a third of the build.
Yeah.
And then when I do hit you, I'm going to punch you straight through that stop click. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to double tap.
That would be the plan. Yeah, exactly. Like, save you for last and then bam, 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 light you up.
Her improved targeting, though, blocking, elevated, and characters is like...
Really strong.
She's
really
also
strong.
blasting. And then she sees through hindering because she's Superman, so quite literally everything.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a very strong piece. The trait that allows you to heal characters is just so good. So, yeah, 10 out of 10. I really like this one. I think this is one that in Pulp, don't sleep on. And even to an extent, I think she has like viability in Modern because of that trait. Like everybody on your team, if you have stop clicks, they now have a soul sword.
Okay.
But then you remember that the nth arrow exists, and never mind, I'm lying right now.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't forgot about that. I wanted to wishfully think. But yeah, that arrow is gonna.
Sculpt wise, I like that this is a very classic, old school looking Supergirl, and it's gonna sound weird, but I really like the way her hair is sculpted. Actually, it's really cool, and she's like raising the sword up. It's kind of neat.
For sure.
We had talked about a little cowboy action. Old Hannibal Hawks here, Nighthawk, the one that's not from Marvel, the one that works with old Cinnamon. So he's got quick draw as well, and then he has his trait, which is Bonded Through Destiny, which works with any character named Cinnamon, Hawk Girl, or Shiera Hall. She modifies her attack value +1. I want to say she did defense +1, or maybe she also did attack. Couldn't remember. That was so long ago in this set review, like almost 20-ish whole minutes ago. Crazy. But it's kind of fun, so if they ever do make Cinnamon and Applejack, he'll also work with that Cinnamon in the set.
She does do defense.
She does do defense. Oh, okay, cool. Right on. Thank you, fact checker. Independent fact checker, Ian Eggleston. But yeah, so that's kind of neat. Fun little thing, so you get to modify her attack up. He is a running shot ESD Empower piece, kind of how she is a charge, combo reflexes, enhancement piece. They kind of mirror each other a little bit, which is fun. And then his special attack power is Showdown. Precision Strike, free, make a range attack, but only to target a character that hit with a range attack since your last turn. So he gets a little shot back at them.
Counterattack.
This... Man, that is really cool. I wonder if that's similar to the Marvel Valley, what's it called? Showdown. I think they all had a Showdown trait. I don't know if it was quite this or not, but that is really cool. I really like it. But yeah, he's a very simple 40-point rare.
6 clicks, though.
Yeah, 6 clicks of life, Precision Strike, the entire dial, running shot, Precision Strike, boom, blasting people, and then close the gap a little bit. He'll be a sidestep, close combat expert, combat reflexes piece, which is really solid. So I like it. He's a good addition to the marksman, quick draw, cowboy sub-theme, which I enjoy.
Oh, boy.
Strap in, dude.
What can we say about this guy that hasn't already been said?
This dude's insane.
This is like too much.
He does a per ton of stuff, Ian.
He does.
He's Mr. Doing Too Much.
Yeah, I know people have been talking about this one online a ton, and for good reason. This is probably a staple on almost like every team that you build, I think, competitively going forward. I think this figure is too good for Pulp. I think this figure needs to be day one banned in Pulp. I stand by that. Because if you don't, he will literally be on every single Pulp team. There is not anyone who does anywhere near what this guy does for 20 points. Scott Porter's rotating. Perdegaton is coming in. So let's just go through it. He is 60, 40, or 20 points, and the way that works is he has returned to torment the JSA again and again. Perdegaton starts the game with a time disc token for each 20 points of his point value. If Perdegaton has a time disc token, when he would be KO'd by an opposing effect, so if you kill him, this does not trigger, it's only an opposing effect. Instead, turn him to a starting line different than the one he most recently chose and remove a time disc token from him. Then, if he has no time disc tokens, KO him, Protected Pulse Wave. In all reality, you're probably just playing this guy at 20 points because you just get an absurd deal.
Yeah.
His improved movement is blocking in characters, improved targeting characters, and adjacency. He also has History Will Be Ours. During game setup, after your opponent has placed their characters, you may choose an opposing figure and place it into any other square in its starting area. 20 points.
Insane.
20 points. What?
The arrow, you have to hit with the arrow, and they have to move up, to have this displacement, or There is obviously what made me want to pull my hair out against like you and Tristan, which is like you use Scarab with the time platform. So again, you still have to hit to do something. It's not funny. It's torture. But this is literally saying, hey, you know how important it is to make sure your figures are set up correctly so that way you can TK or carry or do whatever you need to do properly. Yeah, I'm going to send this guy over in this corner of the map. And now your team placement, this gives you such an insane edge right away.
It's miserable.
Where I think I talked with you about it, where I think like the best strategy against him is to play like Daredevils or a lot of figures that fill up your starting like line, so that way there's literally no space for him to move a character into in your starting like area. But I hate this ability. This ability is like, this might be one of the least fun abilities I've ever.
If it was on like an 100-point character,
but it's a 20-point piece.
But this is also okay. So let's get into. We still haven't even covered like why this figure is so insane. Like that's just part of.
I think this is like the strongest thing he does.
Yeah,
I think this is so messed up.
Probability control is also traded because why not, right? When an opposing character misses per Degaton or rolls a 1 or 2 for hyper time, after resolutions deal them 1 penetrating damage.
So if they straight up somehow misses 17, or if he hits super senses, or again if he hits whatever hyper time, he just does free damage. Oh wait, wow! Oh my gosh, you are correct.
He also is a sidestep, TK, super sense, leadership piece. So just all at once, he is a wild card with hyper time. He is your transporter with a 7 sidestep. He can move through blocking and characters. He is a TK. He is a leadership. He is a prob. He is a displacement at the beginning of the game. And he's 20 points.
20 points.
He also has access to Time Stealer's keyword, which is good. You know, there's for various reasons.
Oh, future past soldiers.
Scientists. Soldiers. I don't know. Like, I don't like this figure.
No.
Like, straight up, I try to look at the positives, but this is an overloaded piece. And for 20 points, you know, it's always going to happen. There's always going to be figures that are better, but I don't get this one. This one's too much. And yeah, just automatic displacement. Like I don't have any choice in it other than like I build my team specifically around a 20-point figure.
Yeah, which is garbage. I hate that. I hate that you would ever have to do that in that scenario.
I have to think about this. And it's like, in what situation do I not want a leadership and a prob? Like, if that's all he did for 20 points...
A sidestep leadership prob TK is already too good for 20 points.
That's so good.
That's insanely good.
Why did he have to do more?
Now he does free damage, moves through all this stuff, sees through all this stuff. So now he's also a prob that, sees through characters.
Ban this figure in pulp.
Yeah.
I don't like to say that before a figure has ever been played, but this is like so apparent that this is better than every CUR piece. This is better than most super rare and chase pieces.
Yeah, this figure's just insane.
Get this figure out of my game.
I honestly hate that this figure exists. Exists a little bit.
All right,
literal German soldier.
We're done. Per Degaton is not per Dega fun.
No, wow, that's hilarious. Great. There's been a lot of good per Dega puns with this guy, and
now we're per Dega done.
Now we're per Dega done. Wow. The Flash. You know this guy. He's fast.
Awesome.
This guy's pretty cool.
This is so
He's pretty solid. So 70 points. This is old Barry Allen. First trait, gone before you can swing. Shape change, but he succeeds on a 4 through 6. When the Flash uses it and succeeds after resolutions, place him in a square within line of fire up to 5 squares away from his current square. Pretty simple, pretty cool. He's the Flash. Real cool fast guy, does fast things. He has a special speed power also, which is no time to waste. Hypersonic speed, when Flash uses it, he has improved movement, ignores blocking terrain, and elevated, which is insane. And when he attacks during it, characters that are in one square are considered adjacent to him, regardless of terrain. So if they are up on higher elevation, if they are behind a wall, if they are within one square, you can punch them through a wall. It's pretty cool. He is a 12 for 2 precision strike close combat expert, so a 13 for 3 when you're punching at close or through a wall, which I think is really cool. It's really quirky because like that's the whole thing is like Flash like vibrates his body or whatever, right? And he can walk through walls or punch through walls and stuff. So this is a really cool way to show that. I think it's really fun. And then, Super Senses, 50-50 shape change, which he can kind of speed around the map when he hits shape change because he's so fast. Very fun, very thematic Flash. Also gains Hyper Time. They love handing out Hyper Time. This dude's not like a time stealer or anything, but he just has Hyper Time. I guess that's the name of the set. That's the thing, huh? Masters of Time, Hyper Time, handing it out. He later gets some very flashy powers with like some outwit later, and then he slows down a bit on his last 2 clicks, which, you know, heaven help you if you end up on these. This is tough, but not impossible, because he does still have the cool shape change and the super senses, but he is just like a charge perplex piece on his last 2 clicks. But super fun piece. I really enjoy this Flash. Yeah.
It's a good way to show powers we don't usually see on the Flash.
Yeah.
And he's just a solid attacker. He does what Flash does.
It's really unique.
Hard to hit. When you hit him, he's going to hurt.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Reverse Flash. Ooh, gosh. This is another figure that we've pretty much been high on.
I love this
day
figure
one.
so much.
Yeah, I want to main force him. I'll sideline him. I'll do whatever. The flavor text is amazing. Hyper Time TA, 40 points. Crazy stats. Coming in 11, 12, 18, 3. And then he's got a trait, which is every bad thing. It was me, Barry. Sideline active. At the beginning of the game, choose an opposing character. When that character attacks and misses all targets, after resolutions, you may generate Reverse Flash from your sideline on click number 4 adjacent to that character. If you do, this game, as long as both characters are on the map, Reverse Flash can only attack the chosen character. So some notes here is that it says misses all targets. So there is some agency as the opposing player. It's like, okay, if I'm going to attack with this figure, I better make sure I'm also targeting something with a low defense so I don't trigger that prime Reverse Flash coming in. So I do like that there is a bit of a strategy, a little bit of, thinking involved in like, okay, I have to take like less risks. Otherwise, he's going to be a problem. He also has a move special, which is Hypersonic Speed. When Reverse Flash uses it, he may use Flurry as free instead of making an attack. So 11 Hypersonic that ignores characters, and I get to punch you twice.
Which rules?
Yes, sign me up.
Which rocks.
And then he also has Way Ahead of You, Probability Control, and Shape Change. 40 points, my goodness. Keywords are a little lacking. The ones you're probably going to be looking at are future and past. Maybe Secret Society of Supervillains. Maybe there's some crazy stuff you can do there. But overall, this guy is just a stat monster. He's high mobility. He's high damage. He's hard to hit. I think you can't go wrong main forcing him or sidelining him.
I think you absolutely main force him and Bucky's arm this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Main force Bucky's arm this dude. 13 for 4. Flurry.
Yeah. Love that.
I love this Reverse Flash. He's such a fun piece to use. 40 points is so cheap for what he does, and ultimately that's what makes it even more fun. Like
half a Prime Spider-Man.
This guy rocks. Yeah.
I like him a lot. I think this is a great Prime.
Rounding out our formidable soldiers, we have the GI Robot, past robot soldier keywords. I like that his name is Jake too, but it's like J. A.
Him
K.
and Kevin go way
Him and
back,
Kevin, yeah. Oh yeah, this is really
Turn back
funny.
the clock, baby.
So I don't really know much about GI Robot, but he's an artificial soldier, a little robot soldier hanging out, I assume, with the Easy Company. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But his Formidable Resolve, same thing. When a character dies, give him a token. Free, remove any number of Formidable Resolve tokens from GI Robot. Until your next turn, modify his combat values except damage for +1 for each token removed this way. He's got a full dial of super strength, so he can hold on to a big, terrain object, whatever, a +2 damage, +3 damage, whatever thing, give him some giant reach. He is really stout, and I really don't know how you chew through this guy in, especially a Battle Royale scenario, let alone, sealed or something. You really got to hit him with a bunch of attacks. He's a 10-click long dial. He has 3 stop clicks. This is what his stop is. So his special defense and special damage power are always on the same click together when he also has Flurry with that. Otherwise, he's like a charge piece or sidestep piece. So his damage power is punching the dinosaurs, close combat expert. When he KOs a non-standard character, doesn't have to be big or giant, just non-standard. After resolutions, you heal him a click. His stops aren't, I don't believe they're once per game, so this is a really great way to heal him up above that stop and get more use out of it. His stop clicks, so by the way, he's flurried with that, so he is a 12 for 4 on most of those clicks, or an 11 for 4 on his very last one. His stop is called We Can Rebuild Him. I love the $1 billion man reference, right? We can rebuild him faster, stronger.
$6 million.
$6 million man, something like that. $6 billion. The Bionic Man, something like that.
$6 million man.
$6 million man. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not that old. I don't.
No,
I'm
not
but I can
either.
understand
I'm
the reference.
Vaguely aware of it.
Yeah,
and I think it's funny.
It is really cool. So stop toughness. When GI Robot uses it, you may remove any number of Formidable Resolve tokens from him. If you do, reduce the damage by an additional 1 for each Formidable Resolve token removed this way. So he's reducing a lot more damage, or he's modifying all of his stats. Like his defense can be +3, his attack, +3. He can never modify his damage, thank goodness. But it's just nuts. So yeah, if you want to give him,
I kind of wish he could. A little bit.
That's nutty. That's so nutty. But bit. Sure, I guess, yeah, a little bit. If it was maybe you could remove one token.
6 damage.
If you're only allowed... Jeez. If you're maybe only allowed to remove one token and you modified all your combat values +1, maybe I would see that for damage, but I don't know about removing 3
I wish at the beginning of the game
damage.
I could remove a Formidable Resolve token and place one of my opponent's figures. Formidable Degaton.
Yeah. I love GI Robot. I don't think he's necessarily competitive or anything, but at 115 points, he is your tank.
Star.
He is your tank for your soldier theme team, for your Easy Company soldiers. So I absolutely love the GI Robot, though. The being able to reduce way more damage with toughness with the tokens, giving him the +1 stats with the tokens. I think this guy rules. So just, I don't know. He's I love the soldier keyword already, and the entire soldier sub-theme in this set is just so much fun. They work so well together. They do all these cool things with the Formidable Resolve tokens. They're all unique. I think they all play to their own strengths, and I think GI Robot is just so sick. I would say don't snooze on him in sealed. I really don't know how you kill this guy in sealed, or at the very least, definitely don't kill him in a BR.
Probably playing him at 75 in sealed to get that outwit.
That outwit is too strong. Yeah, I would agree with you there. I think that outwit is just too strong to give
Unless
that up.
I have another outwit, but I don't think
man,
there hasn't been a ton of outwit.
Playing him at 115 in a BR and just putting him down in front of somebody's face,
BR,
deal with me, buddy.
100%.
That rocks. But yeah, I think sealed.
I'm probably paying 75.
I think that's very fair.
BR, top dial for sure.
But I love the GI Robot. I think he's just again such a fun piece. This entire team is just wow, what a fun. Just Heroclix team to play. It's just a very mechanically fun team, and I really enjoy all the World War II soldier stuff.
Oh, yeah. This next one is, I think, a bit controversial. There's some people out there who are really, really crazy about this guy, and there's other people who are like, why would I ever pay 75 points for this? Which is interesting in itself to have a line like that dividing a figure. This is Black Beetle, who is a Time Stealer future mystical past, coming in at 75 points. Couple traits, damage special. And yeah, about a 6-click dial here. I don't know. This is a figure where I don't have a fully formed opinion on yet, I don't think. Which is changing history, first trait. During game setup, you may place your opponent's terrain markers. That is very good. That is very, very good. That is a really strong ability. On a 75-point figure, I don't know. But a very strong ability. We've already complained about the displacement that Per Degaton does with one of your figures. Now I take away all your terrain. Yeah, that's
it's pretty good. We've seen traits and effects like this in the past.
Mr.
Nobody, and then Nick Fury from the Winter Soldier set could do this as well. Yeah. So I do like seeing this kind of trait back, and I think it's good that again he's not crazy cheap. I like that you have to think:
if
is
this
it worth
character was 30 points? Everyone would play.
He's like an automatic play, and that's not fun.
No question. He also has Altered History, which is free once per game. Generate a terrain marker of 5 points or less from your sideline. So just being able to move up and just
once again, these points or less terrain markers. I want to see them. We keep referencing them.
Yeah, we do.
Give them to me, WizKids. Give me my pointed terrain markers. Where are they?
So just being able to drop that under somebody, make something in front of you, it's also nothing to completely write off. Then he also has Planning the Future, which is enhancement in power. Adjacent friendly characters modify attack +1. And listener at home, if you have not seen this dial yet, you're probably thinking, well, Ian, at 75 points, this all sounds fantastic. And then we look at the dial and we realize why it might not be. 6 clicks of life. He's a running shot energy explosion piece. He's helping out your guys. But the thing is, this guy takes 2 damage. He's an 8-10-17-3 with Force Blast, Incap, Invuln. And you're thinking maybe it gets better. It really doesn't. It's a sidestep blades piece at the bottom.
With a 9 attack, yeah.
So you're almost solely playing this guy for utility.
It's kind of funny, where all of his traits and all of his abilities, they scream support. But then his dial is no, I'm a bad attacker. I promise I'm not a support. I'm a bad attacker. I don't want to be a support figure.
So
That's so funny.
It's crazy because the amount of utility that this figure offers it's really good.
A lot.
But at 75 points, I mean, it's a tough argument to make for a running shot energy explosion piece. At 75 points, it's a 4th-year build. I don't know. He's got some potential, but I just don't fully know. So I don't know how to feel about this figure. His effects are cool, but he's really expensive for what he does.
Whoa, Black Beetle, wham-ba-lam, whoa, Black Beetle, wham-ba-lam, Black Beetle had a trait, wham-ba-lam, he could place my terrain, wham-ba-lam, whoa, Black Beetle.
Yeah.
Anyways, Hattie, I don't know why.
How about a Blue Beetle?
How about a Blue Beetle? Hey, guys, it's me, Jaime Reyes, and I'm Blue Beetle. Teen Titans Armor Mystical. Threat neutralization is his trait. Free. Choose an opposing character within range and line of fire and a standard power. That character can't use the chosen power until Blue Beetle chooses again. This works at his 75 point or 45 point line. It's really cool. Obviously, Prime. I didn't really mention that. Prime Blue Beetle, Mystic's team ability, but really cool power deletion. Sick sculpt. Really cool. I mean, Pseudo shared Black Beetle with like the smoke coming off of him. The paint, the blue, the metallic-y blue looks really good on him. And then he has another trait, the Order Annihilation, the implicit Order Annihilation field range. Make a range attack targeting a single character. This is insane, by the way. It's really cool, but it's insane. Make a range attack targeting a single character with a point value equal to or less than Blue Beetle's point value. If Blue Beetle hits, roll a d6 that can't be rerolled or replaced. So again, point values 75, 45. Probably want to do this one at 75. It's really good. So the d6 roll results. On a 1 through 4, damage from this attack is penetrating. After resolutions, give the hit character an action token. Oh, okay. Yeah, strong. Cool. Yeah, he's 11 for 4. Prob, top dial. On a 5 through 6, instead of normal damage, remove the hit character from the game. Bye. Characters removed from the game are scored.
This set hates stop clicks.
He deletes somebody. So he hits with one attack, and then he lucks, if you luck into it, rolls a 5 or 6 on his special ability, and he deletes you from the game. Mm-hmm. You just no longer exist. This is, man, it's wild. Where it's like rolling a 5 or 6 on blades, basically, would delete you from the game. No stop clicks, no reducing, don't care about any of that. Mm-hmm. Shape change and super senses are your best friend here because, man, you like don't want him to roll.
Light in Memphis, he's deleting you.
Jeez. Okay. So not only does he, again, choose an opposing character in range of line of fire and a standard power, that character just can't use that. Okay, so yeah, now I said your shape change or super senses, the things you really need or want to go against, gone. Now that he just gets rid of those, and that's a free action. So again, it has to be done before he like running shots and can shoot you, but if you're already within 6 squares.
So if you're looking for emotional satisfaction, my advice to you is seek professional
Heroclix,
help.
I'm here to take back what's mine. You may try, but you know how we set things here. Instant deadpan humor.
Over 6 people think I am funny.
I'm your Captain America.
That was just you in a costume.
You absolute fools.
Send me to be able to net that out. That's cool because it's expensive. I'm gonna make Heroclix like that forever. Are you kidding?
Wow. He's getting you. And then his special attack power, which does he need it at this point, but he's got it. Choose a standard attack power. Blue Beetle can use that power until your next turn. Wow, everything I was saying, total just insane. So he can also pulse wave you, he can pensai you, he can energy explode you, or he can delete you. He can delete you. Because that's also range. So I don't know why you wouldn't almost always go that range ability versus yeah.
So yeah, in totality, he's picking powers. He's choosing powers for you to not be able to use, which that goes through Power Cosmic, that goes through whatever. Yep. You can't stop it. And then he's also potentially deleting you. I think this is a figure that people are going to think is better than it actually is. I know, bold take. Because the thing is, he is just a 19 invul.
Ultimately, yes. He is lacking a lot defensively. He does have a long dial. He has 8 clicks of life, and he does have mystics, which is not nothing. And he is a 19 defense, right?
But he can die.
But then he has no outwit protection. He has no rollouts. He has no stop clicks, so you can just kill him. Like 100%, you can just kill him.
Very strong figure, but this figure will take more finesse than people think. This is not...
He's not a point-and-click piece.
No.
people might think that.
It's not Colossus.
No. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Where it's like, literally, I'm going to run up and hit you really hard. The thing is Blue Beetle, if I go for the trade-off of hitting somebody really hard, I better really hope that hits, because this guy can crumble. Yeah, just, I don't know. I love this piece. I think this piece is really, really good. It's crazy. We'll continue this later, but like every prime in this set is incredible in their own right. For me, Blue Beetle, as crazy as this is, he's probably like, I don't know, third on my rankings for prime in the set. Like, we'll get into that again later, but like Reverse Flash is just so cool. And yeah, I don't know. I really like the primes in this set. I really like this Blue Beetle. I think people are kind of losing their minds over him, though, for wrong reasons. He'll be very good. I'm not going to discount that. He will be very, very good. But I don't think he's the meta ender that everyone thinks.
No, I don't think so either. But, no ifs, ands, or buts. This is just one unapologetic prime. And I love that about him. He rolls up to the party, he opens your fridge, he deletes your Coors Light, and he's like, what are you going to do about it, huh? And then you can punch him for 9 damage, because you can outwit him and just nuke this kid, kind of. But he's fun, he's really cool, and I don't know, yeah, this ability seems just so insanely strong, but again, yeah, like you said, defensively, he can just die, which is good.
Feel so good to just shoot an Apocalypse or Genesis, and they're just gone, though. Oh my gosh, dude. It feels so good. And it doesn't even deal damage, it just removes him from the game, so no Mystics.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Clock King, bye.
Oh, that's so sad. Don't say that about poor Clock King.
Don't say that.
He's already so weak. His defense is paper.
All your stop clicks just
gone,
obliterate.
Deleted.
See
yeah, absolutely
peace.
Deleted. But that is going to be the rares for this set, and pretty much it for us on this set review. The next one is going to be 100% a lot longer. That is going to be our pre-Worlds set review next week, which you guys will be able to listen to while you're flying, driving, whatever it is. But obviously that is going to be all the Colossals, all the super rares, and all the chases. So a much longer episode, because we'll just be able to go a lot more in-depth on a lot of those things. And those things are a lot more complicated, a lot more text, and a lot more things to go over. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I love Masters of Time. This set is just...
set of the
Once
year.
again, easy set of the year. We'll have our full set ranking next episode, where we kind of go through certain points of the set and rank it out of whatever, to kind of see how certain aspects stand up. But already Master of Time is just such an amazing set, and I can't wait to see more of it, keep talking about it, all this stuff, guys. So Ian, do you have any final words before we end this week's episode?
Oh, I'm so excited for Worlds, and honestly, I am thrilled that Masters of Time is the World set. I know it's fun to have a new pre-release set at Worlds, but this set is just so good.
Yeah.
That I'm glad we'll see such an extensive amount of it, and I'll hopefully be able to pick up all the stuff I want. Honestly.
Absolutely.
So maybe for some selfish reasons, I'm happy. But
yeah. Oh, being around the influx of this set.
Hopefully, hop in a Super Booster sealed. I know we're gonna do coverage and whatnot, but
I would really like to do a Super Booster sealed. That would be really cool. Oh man,
Whiz Kids, if you hear this, maybe please, help us out.
Please let us
get us a couple Super Boosters.
Let us, have fun. We'll record it and stuff,
We'll find a way to hop into one of those.
Oh yeah,
for sure, though.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, guys, we're a week away from Worlds. That's another thing. We don't have time to talk about that, but it's.
But hey,
we're excited.
That's the fact of life. I can't wait. I can't wait to be down in Memphis.
Long episode.
It's both been forever and somehow not long enough since we've been back to Worlds. It feels like just yesterday we were there last year, and we get to go back again.
Hit the road.
And I am, I'm stoked. I'm excited. So guys, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. The next episode will also probably be out around Sunday or Monday or so. So this is a very tight amount of time between episodes, but let us know if you want to message in the show what you're excited about as far as Worlds goes. You can do so at dialhforheroclix@gmail.com or message us on Facebook. If it's Worlds, if it's your favorite figures from Masters of Time, etc., etc. Make sure to check that out. Guys, Dial H for HeroClix is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock every day, including all the latest HeroClix singles and sealed products. Make sure you check them out at CoolStuffInc.com. If you want to get your hands on some Masters of Time, I don't think they're doing the buy a brick, get a Jurassic booster anymore, but that was a great deal, and you definitely want to check out the shop.whizkids website for more potential cool deals like that. Just keep that on your radar. Well, guys, I've been your host, Kalder and Ian. This is Dial H for HeroClix. For all your HeroClix unboxings, videos, podcasts, and so much more, make sure you dial H, and like always, happy trails.